over to some archbishop. Been a school them from when me in a car shot. Liverpool couldn't test the way me raw sit up quick draw. Him drop and can't get up, him not fast enough for my problem that you never solve. Send for the down race for a firestorm, cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war, better we go flat. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. Bad pants in power to some archbishop. Them no bad. Who them from me in a talkish. Them no bad. Who couldn't get the with me rassi. Drop. I can't beat up in a fast enough for my Bible that you never saw. Send for the damn race for your first song, cause I tell you to my bones. Ready for the war. Better we go. None of them boy, they no bad. Left a mark, young gog on a regular. We say them hardly ready. Them a new type of artillery. We a bust and a Tom and Jerry. Out the blue I hit you with an airstrike. They not bad like my air nights. It's a rare sight, yeah. Steady aim with precision, make the vision with a clear sight. Better go get your affairs right. Them boy, they no none of them boy, they no bad. Road back, live in my bar. Every mark, them no bad, them no regular. We see them hard, them no bad. Me a new type of artillery. I am bust, I'm a Tom and Jerry. Out the blue, you the airstrike. Me air nice, air sight. Steady aim, they no bad. And it's the vision, we got clear sight. Better get your fit, them boy, they no bad.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Boys, we got ourselves this week yet another another, what am I trying to say? Another build and more changes. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm kind of all over the place. I went to start the stream. Dude, last night was just a weird day for me. I mean, I'm just a little bit like sleep deprived. Yesterday the microphone was doing some weird stuff, and now that I just was like, about to stream, press OBS, start streaming, I'm like waiting. YouTube has no idea that I'm like sending a signal, and I'm like, okay. What is going on? So I'm scrambling together, trying to get it working. Today's been you ever just like wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and then you get out of the bed and you step on the wrong side of your foot, and then you walk into the bathroom sideways, and then it's just everything is upside down, or just not how it's supposed to all day. That's basically my day today. Hi, y'all doing? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a good one. Dude, it is tough. It is tough. Removing backgrounds. It is actually tougher than you think. Yo, how y'all doing? Welcome back, boys. We got ourselves yet another build. Let's take a look at what it got tonight. Let me get the music back up and running. Oh god, loud. loud. How y'all doing though? We got ourselves Dan the Man, Dayton, Z, we got ourselves Jake. How you doing, my guy Jedi, Dayton, Tommy boy, we got ourselves Chris, Robs. How y'all doing? Welcome back, Brian. Welcome back, boys. Welcome back. How you doing? Hope you're having a good one. Everyone watching, remember to like the stream. Yo, thank you guys so much for the likes. I do appreciate it, man. It helps out the streams. It helps the streams reach a wider audience because YouTube is like, oh, people are liking this thing, people interacting with it. Let me push it out to other people. So you guys literally directly help the stream improve. Although it takes like 2 seconds. It's free to click the like button, but as long as you guys are enjoying yourselves, that's what's most important for me. As long as you guys hanging out and having a good time. Yeah, what's up, Frame Dog? How you doing, my man? Hope you having a good one. How are you feeling down? Tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow will be better. I agree, because tomorrow will be a 5-5 one of my Duels Day. Also, tomorrow is a Friday. Also, this evening I have another project in my mind that I want to get into, and I more or less know exactly what I want to do. Normally I have to like think about the script, think about what I want to write. Here I'm like more just hopping on the game and look at how things work and go over that. I'm trying to be as vague as possible to make sure, like, you know, there's a reason for you guys to see it. There's you guys to be like, oh, what the video's about. Yo, let's talk about that beta, man. We got a new build this evening. I also need to pull up the actual blue post. We got one of the changes for this beta build isn't in yet, but it will be. And it looks like they've been doing a lot more tuning and stuff with HOV. I wish they would put up like today Mythic pluses and all that this evening. What is this? I got gifted Hearthstone packs, 40, 80 free card packs. Don't mind if I do. I don't. Who here actually still plays Hearthstone, man? Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, Blizzard, oh, Hearthstone, who plays? I'm not trying to be that guy. You know what I mean? I'm just like, it's been a while since I've like actually played Hearthstone. You know what I mean? I can see people like this. How y'all doing though? Hey yo, what's up, Freddy? How you doing, my guy? I'm level 1 from level 1 in classic, doing a Rogue Alliance server where all my friends are LMAO. Are you doing with heirloom gear? There's no way you're not doing without heirloom gear. Yeah, if you guys are trying to get any kind of Wrath characters leveled, now would be the time. If you're planning to play Wrath, if you're planning to play Dragonflight, do all the things before Dragonflight official launches. Do all these things now. By the way, I imagine rogue leveling is a lot easier since I did it, Jake. By the way, I finally got to that peak of the Paladin where I'm constantly rotating abilities as I'm leveling that thing. I just got into like Zangarmarsh area, so level 63, 64-ish. But like, man, my rotation is popping off. It's fast now. I used to just go from auto-attacking, everything. Literally everything auto-attacking. Now I'm just like, popping off, big mana, big healing, always moving, always schmoving. It's fantastic. I'm loving it. Yeah, man, get to heirlooms. So let me get this straight. For heirlooms, there's only like shoulders and like chest right now, right? They added more in Cataclysm. There wasn't like a helm that I'm missing or pants or whatever. There's like weapons, shoulders, and chest for like XP gains. I mean weapons probably don't do XP gains, do they? Is there like rings? Is there like trinkets? Is there anything like that? Like what's all is available? Because I really do want to maybe power level this Paladin to max level and then just grind the heirloom stuff. So then I just want to get some heirlooms if I ever feel like playing Classic, so I can just go play alts. You know, level up Priest, level up Boomy, stuff like that would be fun. The shoulders, chest, weapons, and trinkets. Okay. I thought I was streaming beta leveling. Yes, leveling. No, I mean, I don't know. Like, leveling is cool, right? Why is this not going? Chat, we'll hop on the beta in just a second. I want to get this PTR test ROM update. If it doesn't in like 2 minutes, then I'll probably hop on the beta and we'll take a look at all the new changes while I'm pulling them up anyway. I don't have a problem with like streaming leveling. It's just leveling is kind of, to be honest, kind of boring. I mean, I think the first time you're leveling, like the first time you're doing a beta, first time you're taking a look at the Dragonflight, I think it's kind of neat. But like, it's also not as exciting as dungeons and endgame stuff, in my opinion. Again, maybe it's just me, man. Maybe I'm the only one that feels that way. But yeah, I don't know. Like, plus also leveling is just something everybody gets to do. That's like where you get the story. And if you're not a big fan of like spoilers, I know World of Warcraft isn't really known for like huge storytelling. But like, if you just want to explore for the first time and you want to explore the ducklings and the doggos and the quirks of all the different factions, like questing is how you do it. There's a lot of cool things in there. But yeah, I don't know. I like to stick to like endgame stuff. Because, I don't know. Questing just seems like a stepping stone anyway. You're gonna try some Guardian Druid new talents? Yes, that's exactly the plan. For now, that is the plan. Definitely want to give Guardian Druid a go. We got Guardian Druid talent adjustments. I want to see if, because the Guardian community has been very, very, very critical about the talent trees, and they've been asking for changes, and they've made some changes. I want to see if could be it. If this could be good. We don't have Mythic Plus testing available, so we're just gonna try what we can. Evokers got bugged this week. There's some Feral Druid stuff, Survival Hunter challenge change, Mistweaver stuff, Holy Paladin mana increases, and there's some more upcoming Disc Priest stuff in the works. Dark Pact no longer increased by 200% of PvP. Oh, they don't that in PvP. Some warrior stuff with like mostly fixes, I think. Yeah, it looks like it's mostly fixes. Alright, beta ready, boys. Challenge tree is way more stronger than my Mythic. Is it really? Because I've heard the like I went on like the when Wowhead announced like the like Wowhead on Twitter announced like a post. Oh, Guardian Druid challenge changes have been adjusted, and I think I was like either on a toilet or in my bedroom, and I just like was on my phone. That's when I saw it, and I started looking at the comments like, oh, I want to see what people are saying, and people are like, wow, they made it worse, they made it worse, they made it worse. Like that's all the comments like repeating were. They actually found a way to make it worse. I was like, okay, yeah. So I have no way. They were just up. They were just up. Are you kidding me? How are they down? Oh my god. Oh, dude, they were just up. They were literally just up. I literally was like, all right, let me see if I can pull them up. Okay, cool. All right, I'm getting back to work, get to stuff or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. That's like what we're doing today. Because I thought to myself, like, isn't the new build supposed to be like Wednesday or Thursday? Like, and I thought, oh, it's probably like a small build. And then I popped on. I'm like, oh, okay, everything's up. Okay, cool. I guess it was a smaller update or whatever. Because it didn't seem like there was a huge amount of class changes. What a cockblock. I know, right? I know, right? Oh, let me pull this up real quick so you guys can actually see it. I guess we'll give the servers a little time. Man, we may have to hop on pre-patch for a little bit and have some fun there, I guess. Well, what I'll do is I think we'll sit here for a second, chat with the chat, give it a bit. But if this is taking forever, we will pivot. We will adjust. You know what I mean? It will. Wow, what a disappointment. They were literally up. They were just chilling, and when we actually decided to log on, now you're down. Okay, dude. Okay, Blizzard. By the way, you don't really get to see Alex Strauss in the back. Oh, there we go. They added Alex Strauss. You know how, like in Wrath of the Lich King, they have a dragon swoop in, roar, and then fly off? I think that's basically what they're trying to imitate with Alex Strauss. They throw Alex Strauss on that pillar, just kind of chills over there, does a little shake, and then takes off and does this little soupy thing, and you can see like a little bit of like a gust of wind under her. Look at that. I look good. That look good. That look good. I don't know, man. It's a very, very, very small thing. Honestly, they could have left this whole like loading screen as it is, but adding like a little extra, a little swoop in. I don't know, man. Little things like that I appreciate. And the reason why I like to highlight these things is I'm hoping that somebody out there at Blizzard hears that and they're like, dude, these are the little things. Like, these things mean somebody took the time, took the attention to little detail. Like a very, very slight thing. Who cares about a flying dragon? Right? Especially if this expansion ends up being awful. Like, who's gonna care? But like, I like stuff like that. You know? It just shows like somebody cared. And I really appreciate that. Which it seemed earlier. Yes, my days are a little bit weird, man, especially with so many of you guys on EU. I'm NA, you're EU. There's a bit of a time zone difference. Yeah, man, so I asked before, like, if I should stream earlier and stuff, but a lot of you, a vast majority of you guys end up saying to me, you know what, Dal, just do it in your own time. We'll figure out our schedule. You do you. You figure out what works for you best. A lot of you guys, in fact, actually preferred that I just decide whatever the hell I want to do, instead of like adjusting to the people that are like saying, oh, stream earlier, stream later, all that. But like, you know, just figure out you. Honestly, just do you. Just figure out what you like to do, and we'll figure out how the rest of it. So I've been sick with a schedule that I've been able to barely keep together, but at least I'm keeping it somewhat. Imagine if Guardian Druid got Syzygy as a capstone. That'd be insane, man. That'd be kind of nutty. Guardian Druid with a big old Syzygy. That would be something. That would be interesting. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, like a massive Moonfire, like a AOE Moonfire is basically that's what it would be. I'm not entirely against something like that being implemented, you know? Right to do, bro. I will follow it. A lot. That's what a lot of you guys told me. A lot of you. It was like a big vote, and I got a lot of comments, a lot of messages like, "Hey, just forget about whatever anybody says. Just do you." A lot of you. So I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna stick with that. That's like the advice I decided to follow. But yeah, I do apologize. The schedules are gonna line up naturally. Just give it a little bit of time. Plus, at least the expansion isn't launched yet. It's just the beta. So you know the real fun hasn't begun yet. What's up, Super Meow? How you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. So chat, we're in that loaded screen or server waiting room for a little bit. I'm not gonna wait too long. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. Worst to worst, I do want to end up on a beta this evening, but we may end up doing a Mythic plus key over and pre-patch if you guys want to. My plan is to take a look at the class changes this evening, though. That is my goal tonight. Okay, what do you guys think about Demon Hunter spec Dragonflight? I actually like him a lot. I actually like Demon Hunter a lot. I like Havoc. Vengeance is also really cool. But if I had to choose one or the other, I probably would choose like Havoc. Because I love the fact that it could go into a mastery build or a crit focus build with know your enemy and by any means necessary, those two talents. I think that's really cool gameplay options. Because it gives new meaning and new value to mastery playstyle and a crit focus playstyle. And I very much liked that kind of stuff. I think it's just really good to see. Because mastery's stat has always been kind of a weird one. And the crit maybe at some point, I think maybe in early Legion was really good, but then it kind of fell off. I think the reason why it was so good is because there was a synergy playstyle where if your Chaos Strikes crit, when they crit there's a chance or if there's a guarantee that they would refund your resources, and then we're like, you know what, we don't really like the fact that you have to play around that crit stat that much. You just want to make it like a flat amount so you don't have to stack a particular stat, but then it kind of removed any value from that critical strike altogether. So now they brought it back for crit for mastery. I like it a lot. I also like the Glade build too. But with the Tank Demon Hunter, I'm kind of a fan of that Frailty build. I think it just gives you enough like passive survivability, and it makes you very effective at tanking. And the damage increase is really good too. Plus, I also really like the whole playstyle of just building a lot of resources. You spend them very rapidly, and then you get rewarded for doing so efficiently. It basically gives you like a rotational playstyle and then a very rewarding like feedback loop for it, and I really like that. Hello, what's up, man? I say to my guy. Yo, GC Lath, are you there? Are you here? The Evoker changes, man, they're getting buffed up. But a lot of class actually get buffed up. Another Thursday stream, hope you're doing well. What's up, Hannah? How you doing, fam? Doing pretty good. Guess I guess to be a builder, not spender. Wait, hold on, really? Chaos Strike was a build? Wasn't I always thought Demon's Bite was a builder. Am I wrong on that? Doing pretty good. How about you? Pretty good, my guy. Chilling, having a good time with the boys. Is it really like that, Chad? Or when Chaos Strike ever been a builder? What? Because yeah, I was thinking like because I know the monks were very similar to that. They had Jab and they had Tiger Palm, and then Tiger Palm became the builder rather than the spender. Because Tiger Palm used to be like a buff you maintained, or like a debuff you maintained, one of those two. It was basically like a fine weakness buff or debuff. It would let you bypass a portion of the enemy's armor. I just don't remember if it was like a buff you applied, where it's like a Tiger Palm, now you maintain this buff, or like a debuff that you put up on an enemy and you want to maintain as many targets as you could. I don't remember which one it was. Which I know used is to build. Was able to spend. Oh, you mean like in the earlier like beta stuff? Oh. Chaos Strike was always spender. Auto attacks for special build and CS spends it. Really? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's just been so long. You should Destro and plus. Yo, I was thinking either Destro or Affliction, man. I got an Affy build, but we could give Destro a try. Definitely on BM Hunter. I hope you like it, my guy. This time is great for me. Also been trying to ride for the first time extremely fun. Hell yes, no. That's awesome. Yeah, Red has been like surprisingly good. I do hope more people give it a go. I don't know, I was really excited that Paladin would get Spell Warden. I thought that was gonna make him really cool for like endgame stuff. But I understand why Blizzard didn't give him Spell Warden. Giving him Battle Res, I think it's really cool. I just thought that with Spell Warden, it would have made it like, oh, you could bypass certain magic attacks altogether. Yeah, bring this guy along with us. That would have been really cool. Repatch Jester is sitting 100k incinerates. Yeah, it is doing some nutty stuff. It is doing some awesome stuff. Level 70 character Hearthstone plus. whenever the Mythic Plus servers are up, yeah. We'll see if they're, because maybe they'll go up today, man. Maybe they'll go up later today. Well, we'll just have to kind of wait and see. But you kind of just hop on the Valdrakken server, and when you craft a new character on Valdrakken server, it lets you just make a character off the bat there, Rodrigo. So that's how you end up doing that, if you want to make a character to try out. But first we gotta get the server to be up, right? Every time I look, I just keep flying by, man. I hear it in the background. I see it in my OBS on the side monitor. And I keep thinking the servers are up, but no, they're not up. Never up. Hopefully they go up at some point today, man. That'd be very, very disappointing if you're like, all right, playing on a beta, and we spend no time on the beta. I'd be very, very disappointed, man. Hopefully they go up this evening, because they were literally up, man. Literally up. I imagine, like, it's because it's a smaller build, like, maybe it'll take it forever to get it up and running, but I'm hoping it looks like a small build. Maybe it'll be up very, very soon. Who knows, though? Yanni, this still fine? Yeah, hey, what's up? Windwalker still feeling strong? Honestly, we tried him yesterday, and it didn't feel bad at all. We tried him yesterday, chat. What'd you guys think about Windwalker yesterday? Because we gave him a go, man. They didn't feel bad at all. They're pretty decent. I'm not going to say, like, they're super strong or anything, but they're very, 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 very decent. I like them a ton. I think they're pretty good. Like, I feel like they're still going to be effective, I guess is the best way to put it, right? Because, yeah, I feel like that's the most fair way to put it. I think they're still going to be plenty effective. That's what a lot of people were worried about. Like, wait, okay, so they could nerf him, right? I think some people would agree that maybe this class was doing really, really well. You know, because it was kind of ahead of others in terms of performance. But with the nerfs, you always ask her, like, well, is it gonna, like, how bad is it gonna be? Is it gonna diminish your value? Is it gonna diminish your opportunities? Are you all of a sudden gonna be less brought to, like, content? I don't think it's gonna be the fate of monks. I feel like shaman is a class where maybe that could be it. 25% damage over is pretty large, especially for a class that doesn't really bring, like, raid utility specifically. I mean, they bring totems, which is great for, like, party buffs and stuff, and Wind Fury. So I guess that's good there as, like, a warrior buff, right? But yeah, it's a weird spot because when you look at it, in the end, shamans don't really, or shamans in general don't really have, like, a raid buff like some of the other classes do. They don't have that, like, expected raid utility or what most people consider as raid utility. Hell, like, even Rogue's got Atrophic Poison. We literally debuff bosses now. So yeah, we'll see. But so far, like, based on Reventy, I mean, he got slapped by Enhancement Shaman for, like, a ton of damage. So I mean, they got to be doing good somewhere, right? And maybe not PvE, at least in PvP. Subpar utility and damage. Yeah, it's one of those things where a class needs to have, like, awesome utility that's really, like, that's really going to be a game changer in terms of, like, benefit for the party, or it gotta have, like, incredibly good damage. And that's where, like, survival hunters at. That's where rogues have been for the longest time. I mean, now that, like, at least you'll bring one rogue to a raid, and even if you bring one to dungeons, right? We got Shroud, we got the numbing poison, which is still valuable. Like, all these things tanks would take. They would want a rogue for the debuffs. They would want a rogue for the Cloak of Shadows, immunities and stuff, you know? So just, like, it's a weird one, man. I'm hoping that they really reconsider it, because they did end up reversing. I mean, hey, they reversed the evangelism nerf over for Disc Priest in an upcoming build. That won't be available in this setup or in this recent build, but apparently they're reversing that altogether. So, like, if they're gonna reverse that, like, hey, maybe they could reverse it for enhancement as well. They could help a buddy out, you know what I mean? Hoping. Copium. Chat. Question. Should we hop on some pre-patch? We've been waiting for the beta to build for a bit. Or should we wait like 5 minutes longer? What are you guys' thoughts? Give me ideas, man. Give me ideas, boys. Hit me with it. What do you guys think? Let's look at Assassin Dungeon gameplay. I'd love to, man. As long as the servers are up, I'd love to. I mean, like, on live? Because on live we could do some assassination. We did get buffed recently. Again. We get buffed over and over. And it's a 45 week, so it'd be pretty good. Pre-patch? Got a little bit of some pre-patch? Alright. Just adjust this a little bit. Huge. And hopefully we'll have the servers come back up very, very soon, boys. Pre-patch Destro. Alright, hold on. Pre-patch Destro. Let's pull this baby up. Destro, Affliction, we got ourselves Demon Hunter, we got all these things, boys. I do want to hop on the beta at some point this evening. That is still the plan. But we're just gonna do this for a bit. Touch Death is badass. I like the fact that Touch Death can cleave, by the way. And the fact that you can do two Touch Deaths in a row. I think it's really, really strong in PvE. I like that a lot. Warlock looks easy compared to enhancement? For sure. Like in terms of nerfs? Yeah. Definitely. Definitely, boys. Here we go. Alright, chat, give me class ideas. What are we playing this evening, boys? What do we start with tonight? You give me ideas, boys. Hit me with it. What class you want to see tonight? Boneless Assassination Rogue. Boneless Rogue. Demon Warlock Assassin. We got what? We got some boys saying earlier Destro. We got some boys saying Affliction yesterday. Have a Demon Hunter, Assassin Rogue. We got a lot of them, man. Just hit me with it. Got that? What's up, Rebecca? What's up, Lincoln? How y'all doing? Destro Mage. Demo. What are a lot of you guys to say Demo now, actually? Demonology? They did get buffed recently. I'm not amazing at Demonology, but we could give Demo a go. I do have a build that would work. Although, actually, would I play that? Would I play Tyrant build or would I play like Pit Lord? Actually, I don't even know what I'll play. LA Shaman, Fire Mage. Fire, I definitely gotta give a go at some point, man. Aff, Destro, yo. Alright, let's do Warlock. I think it's super easy to do Warlock. Demonology, Affliction, or Destruction, boys. Which one of those three specs would you rather see? Hit me with it, boys. Hit me with it. Go, go. Test out Enhance fill-in. We did yesterday, yes. We did yesterday. Enhance is in a weird spot, I'd say. I think to be fair, Enhance is in a bit of a weird spot. It's not completely awful, but it is like really, really, yeah. Av, Demo, Av, Destro. Demonology, Assassin, Destruction, Shadow Priest. Demonology, Assassination, Destruction, Shadow Priest. Now that's a spec. I think at some point maybe we'll be able to like weave multiple specs together into a class. Because that's been like some people's suggestion, like that's the ultimate progression, combining two specs together into one. Take this class, this spec, like a Frost Rogue, or a Subtlety Mage. Subtlety Frost Mage or something. Let's see. Demo, Av, Destro, Demo, Destro for sure. Yo, it's a 50-50 between Destro and Demo, man. Hold on. I'm on. I feel like it's a bit close, pretty close 50-50 to Destro and Demo. Hold on. I'm gonna ask Pete, dude. Literally the only man online right now. Hey, Pete. Destro or Af? I'm literally gonna let Pete decide because you guys are pretty 50-50 on that one. I'm hoping Pete says something. That'll literally need to find us some random Joe out there. Just let them decide. I do want to check out both. Both of them were really interesting because last time we never really got to play Affliction in AOE. Never really got to finish a dungeon fully. As Destruction, I would love to play that Incineration build just because it's Necrolord, and I've always enjoyed Necrolord, and now it's really, really good. How many unstable fictions can you stack now? Still one, unless you're PvPing. Unstable fiction is still a dot that you'll put on one single target. But you can supercharge unstable fiction. I know it's not exactly the question you're looking for. Pete says Af, so we're doing Af, boys. It doesn't. I want to give both a go, man. But that's gonna be the build that Arc plays. Wait, does Arc not play Creeping Death? Does Arc play Wrath of Consumption instead? Wait a second. You don't play Creeping at all? I thought Creeping was really, really good. I mean, I know this is really good too, but Arc, I don't really know. Wait, what? Twitch was trying to pay me out? I apparently Twitch was trying to give me like a payout from the affiliate thing. You know how people can basically get like Twitch partnership or Twitch affiliate? And I guess it would try to pay me out. I just got an email, but apparently some documents were provided. I'm like, I made money on Twitch? Huh? That's new. I might just hit him back up about it, dude. That's a couple of orders of Mickey D's, you know what I mean? My goodness. What Lego you have? So the Lego you mostly want to use as an Affliction Warlock. Also, let me set this up real quick here, because we're waiting for Alpha. Waiting for new build. So the legendary you want to run is the one for cooldown reduction with your Dark Glare. Because Dark Glare is really, really strong right now. You amp up Dark Glare with Grim Reach, and then Dark Glare ends up cleaving things. As it does damage to a single target, ends up cleaving to everything nearby. You load up everybody else with dots, and then Malevolent Visionary is going to make it so that he does more damage for each damage over time effect active. When you have everybody dotted, he actually pipes and does quite a lot of damage, and that damage cleaves together with Grim Reach. And then you play into the Grand Warlock design, legendary, so you get cooldown reduction in the bad boy, so you can use him a lot more often. I think that's the build I'm going to use. This is, I think, the build the Arc gave me. I have a lot of keybinds. I'd say no, because there's like literally keybind 4 that's missing the keybind right now. I usually would put like my stuff in life on there. I'd say yes and no. It depends. It can definitely make it like super busy, but not too busy. I imagine like once you play in the Haunt build together with Soul Rod, Summon Dark Glare, and I'm probably going to play into like Dread Touch for like single target dot rod build. Maybe then I might find the spec has a lot of buttons. But for the most part, you can build it like very passive. Currently, a very passive-ish build means that you don't have to worry about too many abilities. Though generally in the previous times, Affliction Warlocks generally had a lot of buttons, especially if you look at like PvP. Like pet control is very important. So controlling your pet and micromanaging that bad boy. Nowadays isn't necessary, but in PvP you may think about it. It all depends. I think pet classes are always like that. Can I get a yeah? What's up, AJ? How you doing, man? Hope you have a good one. Hey, bud. So we got a junkyard on this guy. Not a great key. I want to see if I can maybe push up my key somehow. I don't know if I'll be able to really get into like a 15. Maybe like a 14. A 14. I'll try to sign up for like 15s and gambits. I'll try to sign up for like 14s. What's my item on this thing? I mean, the item level is kind of like okay. I don't think they'll take me to lower, but maybe. We may have to do like a really scuff key here, chat. Like a 13, 14 or something. I'll try signing up whatever I can, man. I'll try to get into whatever I can. I'll just start signing up everywhere I get to. Workshop 14, Workshop 15. Was that the guy who declined me last time? Might have been, actually. Gambit. Workshop took me. I'll take it. I'm not going to be baggers can be choosers. I'm going to take a Workshop 14. I'm going to be friendly. If this guy's friendly back to me, he probably won't kick me. If he isn't friendly, I'm probably going to get booted once he finds somebody better than me. That's your flip a coin. We'll go Affliction. But I definitely don't want to check out Destrum, because Destrum plays at Necrolord, and I've always wanted to make Necrolord work. But we'll see. There's a workshop with a lot of mobs. It's okay, how many big pulls can I do? There's like a biggest slime pull, but slime's dead fairly quickly. First pull is going to be kind of nice. 30 PS above to 90, might take our heal. Yeah, this guy's looking to tank or heal. Like, honestly, may not be a bad idea. If he wants to heal, I feel like, honestly, he'll be fine. If he knows how to heal at all. Evoker Delight. Honestly, just do that. I don't play like the Fistweaver build. And you'll be chilling. What's the difference between Cedar Corruption and Malefic Rapture? They both with dots. So, Cedar Corruption, you send it out, and it does shadow damage to everybody, and applies Corruption. It's mostly there to spread dots, but the damage is so good in large AoE situations. If you play it together with a Sell the Seeds, where you set out multiple seeds at the same time, you can spread a ton of AoE, and the shadow damage is worth using over Malefic Rapture. Malefic Rapture does damage per damage over time effect on the enemy. The way that it's tuned right now, for the soul shards that you generate in the huge large AoE trash pack, like I think 4 or more mobs, Seeds is a lot better because it's just the shadow damage and explosion just ends up exploding on everybody, and there's 3 different seeds. So for 1 soul shard, it does more damage. But Malefic Rapture on like 2 targets or 1 target, I think even 3 targets, once you get to a couple of targets fully dotted up, you just spam Malefic, and for every one of those dots, it's going to do shadow damage. So they're similar, but they're also very, very different. Both of them do shadow damage, but one plays off of dots while the other spreads dots and just does AoE damage. So, yeah. Здорово, брат, здорово, my man. How you doing? What's up, Dad? What's up, Carlos? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one, my boy. Hope you're having a wonderful, beautiful evening, my guy. Start pull seeds dot rupture. Yeah, so the start of the pull, you'll probably seed, and you'll not even like dot. You can kind of like bypass like putting negatives and things because you could do vile taint. So you'll seeds, vile taint, UA on one enemy. You have all your dots there, and then if it's like just a handful of enemies, you can start spamming Malefic to cleave them all down. If it's a bunch of enemies stacked together, you just spam seeds and just keep throwing out seeds. You can even change the seeds so they add the Agonize Corruption, where seeds will actually extend or increase the stack count of Agony by 1 on all targets hit. So you have a bunch of seeds, all of them popping off, and that's going to be Agonies ramped up very, very quickly. There, seeds becomes a lot stronger. But there's like new cool ways to like weave it where certain abilities become stronger than others. But yeah, without the set, seeds better now. Yeah, without the tier set, yeah, seeds is a lot better. Previously, we had a tier set where Malefic Rapture damage decreased by 25%, and each cast extends the duration of dots. While Agony, Corruption, and Stable Affliction are active, your Shadow Bolt has a 30% chance to make an next Malefic Rapture cost on soul shards and cast instantly. So it is a lot better just to like use it to maintain the dots for as long as possible. You could try Seed, Veil, Unstable, then Burst. Yeah, you could do that too. There's multiple ways of opening it, honestly. This guy's saying he's gonna switch to healer if nobody shows up. I guess I'm just gonna go to Makagon and then chill there in the junkyard or workshop. I'm hoping that I don't mess up my workshop going too badly. I really wanted to do a dungeon with a ton of AoE, but honestly, beggars can't be choosers, like I said. Is War out here? He's out here. He's gonna sit next to the stone, I guess, in case they need me. Nice, looks dope spec though. It's really fun. Yeah, it's really good in AoE, and I'm really hoping that the damage over time playstyle really starts to shine once we hit max level. Also, chat, if you guys see that the beta servers are back up, let me know, okay? Yeah, so let me know if the servers will come back up, because I want to hop on a beta as soon as possible. Until then, we'll be doing this. Is Fate on? No, literally nobody's on. Seeing run keys makes you want to log in and run some myself. Honestly, if you want to, like if you got some friends that are playing right now, it's actually kind of fun. But if you're waiting for them evokers though, honestly 2 weeks are gonna fly by. Very, very quickly. Quicker than you think. I could try summoning, or are these guys inside already? You know, let's all head into Rustbold. What's the worst I could summon there? I believe Brian is watching for it. Sounds good. Hell yeah. Just let me know, boys. Because if, let's say, the servers come back up as we're about to start the kick, you'll be like, yo, boys, I actually got a dip. You guys can find DPS very, very quickly. It's a 14. And we'll hop on. Otherwise, we're going to do this run. I'm going to need some practice on this thing, too, man. It's been a while since I've actually played Affliction. But as long as I dot up World and then go for, like, a fatty Dark Glare, I think we should mostly be okay. I also got to enforce this on Grenade. I don't know how good this trinket is going to be, but we'll give it a shot. And I believe the Warlock stack Master or do the stack Haste at the moment? Let me look it up. What do you boys stack? Dungeons. And damage. And haste. Let me just double check, because the way why I'm thinking Mastery potentially is because like all those dots do work. Maybe? Oh no, you guys are right. Overwhelming amount of haste. I just feel like I already have a lot of haste, but I guess you just go infinitely more haste. They're saying there's someone the rogue. Wait, we're all here. Oh no, 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 no. Wait, did that guy already go forward? Oh, let me go where he's at. Wait, where is he? Is this he's in the Rust Bolt? Is he walking in and out? Okay, I'm all kinds of confused, man. I'm all kinds of confused. I really had to join and play Mythics. I'm level 245. Honestly, if I bring my rogue, you can more than welcome to bring the 245 character. I feel like my rogue can carry pretty well. Let me drop this down here, boys. Yeah. Alright, beautiful. I am ready, or as ready as I can be. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Give me big trash bags. I just gotta be, I think, really, really quick. We got a monk in the group, so I gotta be extra quick. I gotta burn my sprint, run over there, start getting some seeds. That's what I gotta do. Oh, no, no, no. Do I need to put these dots or put these curses anywhere? Do I really need them? Want me to sell the first pack? Wait, what does he mean? Sell the first pack. Does he got some crazy build? If it's Matrix? Or is he talking about like using the hammer on those things? That could be kind of cool. Where we going? Alright, that's about as right as I'm gonna get. That's about as good as I can get, boys. Food. Try to give myself a haze buffer quickly. Sprint. I don't have a pet out. We're just gonna have to get one up and running as soon as we can. The monk is zooming, dude. I can't lose this guy. No, monk, wait up. I told him, wait up. Okay, cool. Now we're good. Now we're actually good. All right. Big AOE. Put the thing on Dreadlord. Full dots. Beautiful. Please. Of course it's gonna go through me. Oh. We're doing stuff? We're doing stuff? 40k? Just mostly dots? Wait, I literally get to put dots on it, just had to move the whole time. That's literally all I could do. I put up dots on it, just had to move. 40k the opener. That is so good. Ow, okay. That's how we do it. All right. Let's go. I like it. That's a good opener, man. That's a hell of an opener. We're going to put this over here. I'm going to stand next to this mob just to make sure that it's attacking me. So if you stand next to it, and you can get it to like run into this hammer. When it gets hammered, it takes a bit extra bonus damage. So you kind of just want it to let it get hammered there. And I just spam Malefic Raptures, right, chat? I don't really do anything special. Just maintain dots on things. Make sure that they refresh. Or never fall off, really. Right? Also, don't want to sit in the middle. I feel like the middle is actually kind of safe. Full dots. Big drain. Huge. Affliction can burst quick now. Yes, very, very quick. Very quick. It's a pretty good spec right now. Where's the other guy? Oh, middle is actually so safe. Wow. I feel like almost no caster sits in the middle. Or at least I've never seen it from like a melee perspective. Almost any caster just chill in the middle like this. But this is safe. Look at that. Literally nothing touches me unless this guy just kind of mouses over to me. Which he may. Is he going to charge me? Hold on. If he does, I want to make sure I'm close. Or no. That works out. Oh, okay. So you don't want to do that because of that. Okay. Got it. Yo, let me get Aki in here. I got you, Aki. Here we go, my guy. Rise, brother. We should be getting into the execute range very, very soon, too. Dark Glare. Huge. Now I just gotta execute for a bit. Okay, I feel like my single target damage is really bad, chat, but we're just gonna ignore that, okay? We can ignore that. We're AoE fiend anyway. No Grimoire Sacrifice. Are you supposed to play Grimoire Sacrifice as Affliction? I thought you were just supposed to play Pet. I thought Pet is worth. But I could be wrong. You guys let me know. Like, is it a matter to play Sacrifice right now? Because I see most people play Pet. Like Grimoire of not supremacy, but it's like Grimoire of synergy. So your pet gives you damage. After that, someone say 2 buttons a demon hunter. Someone says about 2 buttons a demon hunter. After this, yeah, I mean the whole time I'm just like maintaining dots. I'm draining and I'm malefic rapturing. I'm sure there's a better way of doing single target on this thing. Maybe it has to do with cooldowns and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I would love to go with like a full dot damage build though. I feel like that'll be so effective. All damage over time. I think it'd be awesome. I think I don't want to save my... Nah, we'll go Night Fae early. We'll just use it. Just because sitting on the ability, sitting on the button is probably not a good idea. Oh. I didn't realize that had Z-axis. Oh, there it is. Honestly, should probably be DPS in this guy instead. At least it's not quaking this week. Yeah. Yeah, chat, what is better? Grimoire Affliction is sacrifice, or is it just like normal pet? Because I was pretty sure normal pet is a lot stronger. Let me know, boys. I'm literally trying to learn this spec. I'm actually trying to play it properly. I'm not trying to just meme with it. Although I do want to meme on these bad boys. Yeah. Okay, that's gonna hurt. Wall? Take it to the next group? Yeah, this guy knows what's up. Well, I'm gonna die. Hold on. Dreadlord? Hell yeah. AOE? Actually, I need to be seating. Big drain. Are we pulling more? Hell yeah. I like that. Oh, let me away everything. Big drain. I'm just gonna seat pod for a while. I kind of want to pull all those ads over there. Also, cooldown for Dougler is incredibly quick. What is this? That seems ridiculous. Darklight CD is kind of short, isn't it? What is this? I feel like he was just up. Okay, well, I guess we're pulling now. Hold on. Ow. Big drain. Nice. Yeah, well, is that cooldown seems very, very short for drain for Darkler, or is it me? Drawn plus from beta? I definitely want to do some Mythic pluses. I don't know if I'll do it on stream though. I think venue tomorrow is Duels in the beta. I definitely want to do M pluses if they will have M plus, which I think they should. But I definitely want to do Duels in the beta as well. Especially with some of the class buffs recently. And the health increases, dude. We gotta test out those health changes. I'm actually very, very excited about those. Big drain. What I may do is I may just kind of put you away in this guy. Just to drain him and get a lot of soul shards out of it. Huge. Want to fear the bat real quick? Massive. Yeah, on 2 targets, I feel like my single target really does fall off very quick, chat. But maybe that's one of those optimization things that I could probably do. Once I figure out how to play the spec a little bit more efficiently. It's a learning process, but it's really, really fun learning how these cats to play, man. Big drain. Are the warlocks there with the key? Demon Hunter momentum. After the warlock, will there be a key? Oh, after the after this key? We'll see if the beta servers are up. If the beta servers are up, I'll be down to do some. If not, then I'll check it out. I'll see. Oh, I can hit the guy while kind of looking from a corner here. That's perfect. Hell yeah. I'm gonna try to see if I can put this down so I can reposition if I need to. Gonna use mobility, which is very, very valuable. Huge. Not sure if meta was a bunch of my damage after the dungeon. Not sure what the meta is. There's a bunch of my damage after the dungeon. Ah, it sounds good. Yeah, maybe they do run sacrifice. Or no pet. Who knows? Oh. Oh, we're dead. We're probably dead. Drain, 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 drain. Oh, easy, boys. Easy, boys. This healer's a god. Hell yeah. Okay, well, I don't know if we need to get that guy up. I think, honestly, saving P res for later may not be a bad idea. GG, yeah. That's more like I just started draining. Rogue cloak. Prot warrior doesn't ever die. That's so good. That is so good, chat. Okay, wait, there's... Oh, perfect. Oh, big drain. Big drain. I do have like my stats all over the place with this thing. Probably have maybe too much versatility or something. I feel like I'm definitely lacking some stat. I think I need Giga Master, Giga Haste on this thing. But that's okay. Let me go set up a gateway for these bad boys too. Yo, Dal, ONYXIA Rogue, Q main DF. Yeah, I'll be down to it. I usually just ask the chat like what do you guys want to see. I'll let the chat decide what to play for the day. But I definitely want to do some Rogue. Because Rogue, I'd love to try out like if an ambush build could work for Rogues. For Outlaw specifically. Because right now, pistol shot build is extremely good. Assassination is a lot stronger right now. Overall, feels great. Very, very excited. And here we could go kind of sort of a big-ish pull. Or a decent-ish AOE pull. Pull the Dreadlord over there. Pull the Druid over there. Let's go big AOE. Got myself a defensive. Big drain. I really should go back to my ruin though if I can. I'm gonna try to. Oh, come on. What's up with those squirrels? You're kidding me, right? Oh, these squirrels. Oh, no. Dude, this thing does a great AoE damage, man. This thing is so effective. I love it. Dude, Affliction Warlock owns. I like this thing a lot. This thing's good. I like it a lot, dude. Look at that. Oh, my God. Grim Reach is so good. I mean, I'm sure the damage could be a lot higher. Like, 40k on the 4 mobs doesn't seem that high. But, honestly, like... That's a start for me, man. I'll take what I can get. Let me go Grim. Oh my God, you can pop him out back again? Oh, that's so good. Big AoE drain. Another drain. Oh my God, we're just draining these boys. Oh, 30-second Evoke is just a good not to have. True, 30-second Evoke is really, really good for Pharaohs. And really, Boom is like, ask anybody, really. 30-second Evoke seems kind of nuts. Seems a little OP, honestly. Nice. Yeah, dude, this thing is awesome. I love this. I'm not great at Affliction, but like doing this as Affliction is so fun. My God. Definitely give it a chance, boys. If you're like playing Warlock and you always want to play Affliction, this is like the easiest I've seen Affliction in a while, man. At least in my experience. Never really had an easy time with Affliction. I always felt like it was very, very like gear dependent. And like you had to be very, very perfect with your dot management. Here I'm just kind of running around circles, and Darklight has an incredibly short cooldown. And we just use it in cleaves for you. I mean, that pet is extremely effective. Big drain. I'm just not gonna pop Dark Glare yet. I really want to save it for the big trash pack. Does Drain do so much damage? Also challenge. Drain, it does a decent amount of damage. Yes, Drain Soul does a huge amount of damage. Drain Life only does good damage whenever you're doing like Night Fae ability and you're playing Inevitable Demise talent. That's really where that competes. I think I need to spend more time actually like draining though. I feel like I'm just kind of running circles around these guys too much. I really wish I could play more like a heavy dot build though, chat. Like I'm liking this a lot, but I really wish I could play like a really giga dot build. Like all damage over time focus. And I think you may be able to do that in Dragonflight once you have enough talent points. But it's gonna take a bit. Oh god. Tell me I'm safe. You are probably gonna get me. Oh god! I'm gonna get caught. I'm gonna get caught. There we go. Ow. Well, I'm not gonna do it. I was about to sprint. But I decided it would be not a great idea. Big pull. Go, go, go. Big boy. Huge. Okay, now this is gonna be mad pull. We're just gonna seed as much as we can. I think I'm gonna drain, right? Use the big drain stacks. Giga drain like this. And then we do some more of these. One of these. 50k. Imagine this in a lower Kara. And I had like a full proper mastery build. I feel like that'll be super effective. Want to get a UA in there somewhere? Yeah, I mean, look at this thing go. Look at these things go. Big drain. Could put a UA in you. I can't apparently. The seed, pull it every time you have? Yes, every single time. You're just spamming seeds. You go in, you pop seeds, you get all the dots, you got the dark glare. Seed all day. As much as you can. I kind of want to, yep, get this guy dotted. And then kind of go big on these two. I was kind of hoping that guy would lust. But apparently not. Which is alright. But that'll work. Okay, good opener. Yeah, I'm just not sure how you single target on this thing at all. My single target is definitely terrible. I know there's some Warlocks out there that could put like, you know, 30k openers, single target damage. I don't know how to do it on this thing. I may just not have the gear for it, chat. That or maybe like my build is a little different. I know that Necrolords were having a really good time because for some reason the Necrolord ability was affecting 3 of your drains instead of just 1. It was amplifying them greatly. But I don't know, I have no idea. There's a good chance, like, if I were to do more research, it's probably like my gear, it's probably like having specific best slot items that's necessary in order to make Affliction work. That or maybe combining cooldowns together. That's what it may be down to. That or spending less time, like, not casting, and just spending as many globes as you can, just straight up just casting, draining, and just holding your ground. Really optimizing yourself. Yeah, C does not put everything I have, so it only puts corruption. It only puts corruption on the on our targets. So you are gonna have to re-agony at times. But you have Malefic that can help you agony things. So that can be helpful. Yes, I just kinda need to just stand and hold. That guy's dead again. Dude, this Monkus has had a really hard time tonight. Poor guy. Also, I'm gonna use other abilities, I think, in order, while I'm moving. Because I feel like movement really hurts my damage. Yeah, 12k DPS, I don't know, man. When people do 30k, I feel like really behind because I'm doing a third of what everybody else is doing. But maybe like this is okay-ish. Yeah, that guy can release here. Alright, are we gonna pull the other tank? Yeah, give it that tank pull. Pull both of them. Hold on, that's a Sonic. We're gonna go Sonic ourselves, actually. Sonic speed. I want to get them together and dot them both. Huge drain. Yeah. Good drain. Silence. That is super unfortunate. Can't even dispel me either. That's what's tragic about it. While the Outlaw Rogue actually gets to play the game. Oh yeah, I'm just gotta stumping myself. No. Maybe I shouldn't have burned Darkglade here. Maybe I should have waited. I definitely want to spend as many soul shards as I can, though. Maybe I can get Darkglade back up fast enough here, chat. It's about 50 seconds. Imagine this together with that Season 3 affix, we get huge cooldown reduction for your group. That would have been awesome. By the way, chat, are the beta servers back up? Let me know, because I want to dive into beta servers as soon as this dungeon is done, if they're up. All right, tank. Big pull, yeah. Let's try to see if we can get these guys dotted. We're gonna get that on the bot. Hell yeah. Okay, one more. Dark Glare, huge. Dark Glare perfectly timed. He literally came back exactly when we needed him. Literally came back when we needed him. That just couldn't be any more perfect. The anti-personal squirrel is super annoying though. It literally chases me. I never knew they do that. We're just gonna take it into the next flashback because that's gonna be huge. I got everything for that one. Yeah, I literally got Dark Glade and everything. Or do you want to do a Skippy? Depends how much percent of these guys give. Because they give percent like we're doing a Skippy. Because you could do a Warlock skip over here. Actually, I think they do give enough percent. So maybe we set up a... how does it work? Like this? I think that works. Hopefully. I'm gonna dismiss the pet. Yeah, okay. I never done the skip. I didn't even know that was a thing. Until now. I've been having fun with arms lately. It's a Giga right now. My tank, 8 in the junkyard, couldn't keep it throw with the burst it is. Yo, are you playing that as a bleed build? Or like what kind of a build are you playing with that thing? Big executed build? I'll try to see if I can just hold my ground for as much as I can here. Hey Dal, shout out placing keys. They are sorting keys, yes. Sorta. They definitely feel pretty good to play. But in terms of like popularity, they're not like rogues or woodwalkers or anything. But they do get brought in because their damage has improved quite a bit. I feel like they're a lot more consistent. Especially if they're playing like that Seer Nightmare build, or Mind Seer build rather. Seer Nightmare. Thank God that ability is gone. Yeah, I feel like 9k DPS is very, very tiny, boys. Very, very small. Because I know my Rogue could do like 30k. At least he has some for 30k. Couldn't tell if I should have delayed that Dark Glare. I should have delayed that thing. Just because that thing is not going to be able to fight this. At all. Definitely should have delayed it. That's just a damage loss. Set up a thing over here. But maybe I can get a cooldown reduction on that thing. Not a build right now, but I want to have extra talent points on opener. Oh, Blaze Storm, Thunderclap, Spread, Rand, Smash, Spear, Avatar. Yeah! That's some really good combos that way. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. Try to see if we can summon that good guy. Here we go, friend. Just be careful. Oh, God. No, let's do one of these. Just keep running. We'll place one of these. Big drain. And then we can back up if we need to. Mortar Coil, just to give us as much survivability. Big drain. Your way about to fall off. All the dots are up. Yeah, I feel like it's one of those totems. I thought, damn, one of those totems. Hit me from behind. You're good, you're good, you're good. I'll get you back up. At least I'm trying to put you into melee. This monk is not having an easy time at all, man. Ah, this guy's gonna die again. Oh, no. At least a 14. How's our mental keys down? You know, it feels really fun. I'm definitely bad at it, but it feels really, really fun. And I think it has a lot of damage potential behind it. As long as you do like the good pulls. I gotta get some practice with it, man. I gotta just get used to pressing Chain Lightning. The more I press Chain Lightning, the better I'll feel. The better I'll play. But now I just don't. Feel like I can. I'm not being effective with it at all. But it's very, very fun. Big drain. Huge. How do we do? 15k? Yeah! I feel like if my single target damage is a lot better. 15k seems kind of low. But, I mean, Grim Rage does work. Every time we're in AoE trash spec, I feel like my pet does a lot of damage. That thing is super effective. But in terms of, like, you know, in terms of, like, anything past that, not great at it. Yeah. My single target damage sucks, man. I need more haste, I think. I think I need more haste. And probably mastery. That or, like, I don't know. I know I need to upgrade to my gear, too. Like, some item levels wise, it's just not doing great. But maybe, like, there's something I'm doing wrong single target. I just call it a hunch. Maybe I'm doing fine, but I'll call it a hunch. If you're like 9k, I shouldn't be doing that low. It should be a lot higher. Let me see your talents. Here we go, my guy. So I'm just playing a Mythic Plus build. Divine Shot one shot. Another extra. There it is. Yep. Yep. I saw. Yep. I saw that one, Atha. That's a good one. Oh my god. Bleed build, Giga Chad though with the builds. I'm doing 145k of pulls, Ruby life pulls, quite high for it life. Yeah, dude, it's so good. It is so good. I feel like once Warrior can pick up more class talents, there's like picking up Avatar together with the Roar, together with Spear, or even with like Shockwave for AoE. Like if you're just looking at Mythic Pluses, just stun something. But like Avatar together with the Roar is so effective. It is nutty. And then you could either combine it with a Blade Storm or you just go... I like just going like a full bleed build. Just a big roar and just start cleaving everything with Whirlwind. But there's so many ways of playing it. It's so good. All good. I think my build's okay. Alright. I just feel like my damage is still very low, chat. I have no idea. Let me check if the beta servers are back up. Every night Feral Mythic Pluses. Not tonight, but we could hop on it if the servers are not up. I'd give it a go if the servers are not up. Let me check real quick though. Let me check the beta realms. Because maybe those will come back up soonish. Maybe. Is that what I'm looking for? Yeah, that's still down. When do you think the servers come back up, chat? When do you think realms are going to be back up? If you change a Lego, you change the talents. If you change a Lego, you can change the talents. Yeah, so I was playing like the Dark Glare cooldown reduction Lego because that seems to be the most popular one for Mythic Pluses. But there may be other legendaries that are a lot stronger. I have a Destruction Warlock and damage is quite a thing. Yeah, maybe that's what I need to play is Destruction. Maybe that has the best blend of single target and AoE. Maybe Affliction right now is very AoE centric, but not really single target oriented, unless you build it correctly. Any updates on the beta servers yet? Right now they seem to be down, but I'll give them like 5 minutes. Have you seen Pump's latest video on Holy DK? Dude's almost such a hard DK and Gavin is insane. Yeah, apparently, yeah. I've seen his so I haven't seen the newest video, but I know that he talked about a disease-based build and he said it's insane. I'm gonna guess this has to do something very similar to that because I've seen clips recently of like Unholy DK is doing 500,000 damage in like not Ruby Life pulls. Algalath Academy Mythic Plus when they do a big Giga AoE pull. What profession should Evoker pick? I have no idea actually. That's a great question. I don't know. They are a mail wearer, so you could pick up like leatherworking and craft yourself mail armor if you wanted to like make your own armor. Besides that, I think honestly any profession you feel like, any profession is going to be the best money maker or the ones you feel like is most useful for you. Wrath consumption for Plus and take creeping death, but never mind. So you think I should swap that out instead? Okay, well maybe I should do that next time. I just don't know like what's good Mythic Pluses. I just gotta follow what every other Warlock is doing for Plus. But I am willing to like try different stuff though, because maybe there's some builds that I like go more tyrannical build that are not playing Wrath of Consumption. That one is that's a weird one too, because Wrath is generally like recommended, but that one I guess you could do like. Yeah, that's probably one of those you probably could adjust. Yeah, it's a disease and one my jaw dropped. It is so good. Because I've been a big fan of the disease focus on Holy Death Knight for a while. Like, I just like that kind of gameplay. You know, chat? That's one of the reasons why I'm so into Unholy Death Knight as of recently. Like, it's just been so fun to play. And I don't know. Я тоже пробую всякое. Окей, like some... Понимаю. While we're waiting for the realms to be back up, boys, I'm just doing some background YouTube stuff. Hope y'all don't mind. What class are you guys thinking of playing going forward, by the way? If y'all watched my video from this morning, what are you planning on maining? Have you decided? And what are you planning on ulting going forward in Dragonflight? Because the expansion should be a lot more ult friendly. If you watch the video from morning, I'm already planning on playing a bunch of classes, man. I'm still trying to figure out my main. I love the changes they've done to Rogue, man. I was literally about to abandon it, but after seeing the changes they've done to Rogue and playing with it for a while, man, it just... I keep trying to abandon it, but it just keeps drawing me back in. It's like an addiction, man. It's crazy. But like, I really like what they've done with the class, man. It's so good. I was ready to play Evoker, man. I was ready to play Dragon Boy. I was ready to maybe become the Unholy Death Knight that I felt like I was meant to be. Because I always loved that Spellblade, like RPG sense, like when you play Skyrim, right, and you run another character. I played that Stealth Archer, I played that Wizard, I played the Rogue character, but I'm always like, besides Stealth Archer, which I think was my most successful run, I think a Spellblade was my coolest, like enchanting weapons and becoming like a warrior with a lot of magic behind it. And like, I feel like a Death Knight or Rip Out, the closest things to it. And I was like, would this be the time? Because the disease build is really, really fun. I've been having a blast with it. And they keep just making it better. Probably main mage alt, the for spec. Fair enough. Mages are all looking good, by the way. Frost, more control with the shatters. Fire, just wildfire mastery blazes. Which I love the fact that it made a return instead of like, I don't know, like Shadowlands, I guess, was kind of similar to like a mastery focus mage, but like I think it was like a pyroblasting mage. It was like an instacast combustion mage, like kind of fire blast, flame strike and pyroblasted. And I don't know, man. I just felt like a cooldown mage. You know, every minute you did stuff. I always like the fire mage, like the big mastery build up play style. I thought it was really, really cool because it reminded me of like the original combustion back in the day, where combustion would like capture all of your dots and make a second dot, and you could make a second set of dots on top of it. It's just a big dot, just burn enemies until they change combustion to like it's a buff where you literally are on fire, which I think cool thematically. I think it works out really, really well, but I like that they're paying homage to like that mastery burn play. I think it maybe stick with Enhanced Shaman. And even after the nerf, a lot of people were very, very disappointed with the nerf, but I am actually still excited about Enhanced. I understand the nerf happened, but this is why I don't pick my classes based on like how it does a lot of damage. I play based on playstyle, based on options, based on what they give. Mages always good. Mages are great. I want an easy class that doesn't suck, any idea. Want an easy class, an easy fun class that doesn't suck. So in terms of classes sucking or not sucking, that's a hard one because you're really talking about tuning. I think there's going to be some classes that are going to be universally good, almost always. I feel like a mage is going to be good. Warlock, Hunter, and Rogue. The reason why is because there's 3 DPS specs for each one of these classes. At least one of these specs is going to be good. So playing a class with 3 DPS specs is probably a fairly safe choice. That or something that has multiple roles to it, like a Paladin. Like if you're open to playing healer, tank, and DPS. Hey, if the DPS spec sucks, but you're like healing and you're fine tanking, and those are doing well, you could jump on that boat. There's usually at least one spec that's viable for every single class. There have been some situations where it's like none of them are really good. But I think like a Rogue is a solid choice. They have raid utility, and they generally have established a decent favorability Mythic pluses. Only thing that would kill them is tuning. Mages are generally good. You have Lust. I think Evoker is also really good too, man. I mean, you got Lust, you got AOE, you got mobility while casting. You're going to be probably a very, very strong healer with good raid utility. Evoker may be one of those classes, man. Plus, is Evoker easy to play, chat? What would you say? Because I've been playing this thing for a little bit. I don't think it's that much more complicated, but it definitely has depth. Especially like with the healer mechanic of Echo. What do you think about Windwalker Monks? Fun. Very, very fun. We played him yesterday. I'm more like a Mistweaver kind of guy, to be honest, but I like Windwalker too. Yeah, 25% is a lot, but the playstyle is great. I agree with you. Like, if you don't worry about numbers, the playstyle is awesome. And one day it could be a Bloodlust Savior group. And you got him with a Wind Fury totem. Wind Fury got better, so you're still gonna be wanted in melee groups. You just won't be doing melee damage that much, but like, you'll be buffing everybody else. What healer would you main, Druid or Evoker? I'm super on the fence, a decision for me. James, I would honestly give them both a try during pre-patch and then make a decision. That being said, I think both of them should be pretty good. The only thing that's going to kill either one of them is tuning. I don't think Rusted Druids are bad. I think what really makes them good right now is the throughput opportunity. That's getting nerfed a little bit in Dragonflight, but you get a lot more utility. And I imagine like your stonks are going to go up in Mythic Pluses since you can interrupt and go full cat form if you wanted to. And you have a lot more hybrid capability to like heal and damage, and heal. So I like that a lot for Druid. Evoker though is looking really good though, man. I mean, it's got a mix of damage, mix of healing, solid healing output, reversing damage allies have taken, great mobility, awesome utility, really unique playstyle option with high mobility focus. Like, it's really, really solid, well-rounded. I think that one is going to be really a dominant healer. Plus, it's a new class. I think if I had to bet which one is going to be stronger, an older class has been around that has seen ups and downs in tuning, or the newest class of an expansion, I would say the newest class generally gets the long straw. They want you to play that class. It's a new class. What would imagine if they made like, hey, we made this cool dragon class. Does it? We want you guys to play it. And then as a player, you're like, all right, is it good? And you're like, no. Okay, does it do anything better than the classes? Absolutely not. Well, why would I want to play it? You know what I mean? They're running into an issue, so they gotta answer that question before you even ask it. It's probably gonna be really, really solid. It's probably gonna be very, very good. Bro, Rogue best healer in the game, hands down. Yo, I mean, Rogues do have good survivability. We do have more healing now. We have Leech and Poison. Rogue healer settled? Yeah. You just, instead of giving them daggers, you give them syringes, and the stab allies still alive. DPS worker reminds me of a Demon Hunter when it first had Legion. Too many buttons, but fun at the same time. Not many buttons? Yes, I think that's probably the best way to put in it. It is low on buttons, but it has depth. It's very low on buttons, but it definitely has a lot of depth, especially once you really start crafting builds in the class tree and the spec tree. Because abilities can gain new functions. Certain abilities can cleave multiple targets. Abilities can have more cooldown reduction or prolonging duration. There's empowerment mechanic too. Your Fire Breath can either be a long-term dot, and you can play into a dot-based gameplay with procs and instacasts and maintain the dot as long as possible. Or you could go for like more instacast damage, maximum burst, shatter enemy, kind of like a Colossus Smash but a range version, and then do the most amount of burst damage at once. Fly out of there. There's so many ways of like playing it, and it's a deliberate choice of the player, like how you choose to play it, because of empowerment mechanic. Like, you can empower at 1 or at max, and it scales. Literally. I mean, it's a scaly dragon, but like, it scales. And it's really, really cool. 40% stamina buff kills bursty classes like Rogue Mage MM, and improve consistent damage classes like Fear Demon Hunter Rip the Burst classes. Honestly, I feel like a lot of people in PvP will be happy that, hey, Burst is a little slowed down. Sustained damage becomes more valuable. We'll see, man. We'll see. Sand Tanker Evoker? Dude, maybe one day. I think they're sticking to the guns on, no, Tank Evoker. They're trying to clean up the amount of melee in the game. They're trying to add a class without putting more melee. It's interesting how they added a range class, but it's like a mid-range too. So Evokers may actually hang out in melee to a degree. They'll try to stay at maximum 25-yard range if they can, but then it may be easy for them just to kind of like walk into melee at times. But I have my ability, so hopefully we'll keep them moving. What's up, Noise? How you doing, man? Do you think they'll nerf Warlock tanking it sometime soon? I don't know, but I want to say I don't think so. I could see them nerfing it going forward, especially with the 40% stamina buffs. I could see them nerf it for PvP, because Warlocks already have a lot of stamina buffs, and they're looking like they're sitting at like 500,000 health baseline in PvP, which is a lot. That makes all the shields a lot stronger too. It's kind of nutty. That being said, I think that's the whole fantasy of the Warlock. While Mage is all about control, Hunter is all about traps and stuff, and survivability and pet interactions, Rogue is about like finding ways to bypass enemies or debuff them to gain an advantage. Warlocks are all about just being the tankiest, immobile, turret. And the idea is to make him super bolstered. They're kind of like the warrior of casters, right? Super tanky, super defensive. I mean, they're also healer. We're very heal oriented too, but I think it's part of the class fantasy, and I think that's what they're playing into it. Because they're combining all the defensive bonuses of all the specs from previous expansions and current into one. That's just a fantasy. That's just what they do. They just don't die. That's part of your class fantasy. You never die. I mean, look how long it took us to defeat Cool Dan by himself. That guy just kept coming back. They never die. You know. But jokes aside, I don't know. I could see. I don't see them changing it. I could be 100% wrong, but I don't see them changing it. I think that's gonna be like their class fantasy. Yeah, they're very good. A legit different set you get. Yeah. But like compared to mages have incredible control kit. Just they could toss people around like a beanbag. It is awesome. You know, shamans have an incredible toolkit of like totems and knockbacks and movements and stuff. Like some classes are very specialized into what they do, and warlocks are specialized into just living the cataclysm. I feel like it's the barometer. They're just gonna put like they're just gonna put warlocks into a zone and then turn on Deathwing to do this fire cataclysm fire damage, and they'll see if the warlock survives it. You know, the warlock lives it. Okay, warlock is in a good spot. Warlock doesn't live it. Let's turn it back up a bit. That's literally what they're designed to survive cataclysm itself. If they can do that, they'll be fine. Yeah, that's why I'm wondering like if they're getting a buff. Yeah, maybe they'll get nerfed for PvP. I could see them get nerfed for PvP because of the 40% health buff. I don't think they're trying to make them like super giga tanky, and I think that 40% health buff is going to help a lot of classes, but it's going to benefit warlocks in interesting ways that we probably didn't foresee, just because I have so many stamina buffs and shields that play off of your stamina specifically. So we'll see how they do. That's why I'm excited to try duels tomorrow for 5-1s on the beta, because we'll get to test all those 40% health buffs and evoker buffs. I think that would really work well if they would focus more on self-healing rather than based on tankiness. To a degree, but I guess the question is, how would they self-heal, right? Is it like a passive self-healing, or do they like actively have to self-heal? I think a lot of players would like more passive mitigation rather than active, because when you're actively self-healing, like you'd rather be spending globals and doing damage, unless they confuse those together. Well, like, it's a class, but also Warlock shouldn't... I feel like Warlock should have limited healing too. Like, you're not a hybrid class. Those are the classes that are focused on self-healing. Warlock isn't necessarily a hybrid class. It has self-healing components like Warlock, Hearthstone, Soulburn, you know, cooldowns. They give them like big bursts of healing. But it needs to be deliberate. I feel like for the most part, they just have passive or like you pop an ability to mitigate the damage, and that's kind of how you play into. I think a lot of the self-healing elements should be more hybrid for the flavor of it, but I totally see what you mean in terms of like gameplay-wise. They probably should just have self-healing rather than like an incredibly huge health pool. I feel like that could still create some issues as well. Flavor-wise, I'd prefer them just to be defensively, but I totally get what you mean when you say like, you know what, functionality-wise, like maybe functionality is better than flavor here. And that's something for them to balance. I'm sure they'll reconsider Warlock's defenses once players get to test out this week's 40% health buff. Because there's going to be a lot of people testing, a lot of people giving feedback. And they even said they probably like scaled down the PvP trinkets, but they may have to make PvP specific adjustments as well. So they at least are aware. I feel like talking about SAS Rogue in the meta ready to get it above. I was talking about SAS Rogue says they are meta. Are SAS Rogue meta? I don't know if SAS Rogue are really that good right now, are they? Like as an overall? Okay, let me look this up. Yeah, SAS Rogue, I don't think they're that meta. That could be wrong. Okay, so take this with a grain of salt. So I'm gonna look at Subcreation. It's a great website. I use it mostly to look at builds. And they do have like a tier system. Take the tier system with the lightest grain of salt. It's not them like putting tier of like which classes they like, which classes they don't like. They're just running them through an algorithm based on so many runs, and they're scaling based on a number. They're just throwing in an algorithm and it spits out different info. If you adjust the algorithm, it could spit completely different info. So don't take it super close to heart. It mostly just showcases not like what's good, what isn't, but rather what's doing a lot of high keys and what isn't doing as many high keys. Think of it like that. So Assassin's Rogues, at least in Mythic clusters, are not really seeing a lot of competitive play. Like they are seeing 26s, which is great, and they are seeing improvements in like AOE. But I guess the strength hasn't really been signaled AOE that much. So maybe we can bypass it to here. Outlaw is doing really well. A lot of these other classes are doing really, really well. Casters, Shadow Priest, hey, I like to see it right here. I like to see that. Arcane, popping off. But like in terms of raid, that's where usually assassinations are good. However, they're also not really super highly represented either. Now, we're taking a look at the full raid boss environment of Casanathe, which is kind of AoE heavy. Sanctum has a bit more single target. Sepulchre is quite a bit of AoE, and you can just take a look at like how these classes perform. Like Skulldig's most a single target fight. Now there is affixes too. That is someone worth considering. Affixes do end up skewing the results quite a bit, especially if there's that affix to the modes that does a lot of cleave. If you're a class that can do big AoE in a short moment, just big burst cleave AoE, you're gonna benefit more from it. Like warriors are benefiting a lot from it. Affliction Warlocks will benefit a ton from it. But like assassination rogues are doing kind of okay, but like they're not doing nearly as much damage as some of these other classes, although they're pretty close. They are a lot closer. I guess you could also look at logs too, yeah. Logs probably will be a better way of looking at it, because then you can look at the boss damage itself. Let me actually do that. I think that would be more fair. You know what? That will be a lot more fair. How the server's up, by the way? Not up. Raids. Let's go. Since their strong suits is mostly single target damage, we're gonna go damage, and we're gonna do damage to bosses to take the affixes out of the way. And we can take a look at how rogues are doing there. It's a lot of Outlaw Rogues right now. It's a lot of Outlaw Rogues that are scaling incredibly well. There are Assassination Rogues in there and subtlety is sprinkled in, but you can see it's an overwhelming amount of Outlaw in single target encounters. It could be that it's also very possible that there's a lot of Outlaw Rogues that are playing Outlaw because there's modes on that boss, because they can do a lot of cheesy AoE. But if you break it down to just boss damage, where you take out the cheesy damage out of the way altogether, there's still quite a lot of people that are playing Outlaw either way, or that are doing better boss damage specifically. We can also take a look at Jailer. That's a better fight normally for assassination, because there's a lot of hiding away from the boss behind the pillar. And there are assassinations you can see here and there, but like, it's also possible that they're just not seen as popular, so not as many people are really trying them out. But you can just see, like, even in single target, when you take away any extra add damage, Outlaw is still doing incredibly well against bosses specifically. What's another boss that's good? That's just like a single target boss. I don't think any of these guys are. So we need like raids. I'll probably need like Sanctum. There's some single target bosses here. Damage to bosses. Because this used to be like a very, very like more favored towards single target kind of fights. Let's do the Guardian. Guardian's a very single target heavy fight. There's quite a lot of Outlaw Rogues. Again, probably utilizing the buff from the modes. But if you take out all that AoE damage out of that modes completely, but they get no benefit from it. Still quite a lot of assassination or Outlaw Rogues in here. Even the fight like Sylvanas, which generally has been like in previous patches an assassination heavy fight. A lot of Outlaw Rogues out here. Yeah, assassinations, I don't know if you call them meta. They're not terrible, but I wouldn't really call them meta because they don't really seem to have that popularity at the moment. Can they do well? Yes. But are they considered popular at the moment? No. I do wonder how that changes once we lose our Covenant abilities altogether. Because I think that's where Assassination has the potential to shine. Because Outlaw is going to get new stuff too, but Assassination gets a lot more of their kit. And they can get Kingsbane and some of the other talent options and really pick up a lot of their utility. Do you think that should just show Outlaw really won't push on plus some raids? No. I feel like in pre-patch, it really doesn't matter what you play. If you are honestly having a lot more fun playing Assassination during pre-patch, play Assassination. If you want to give Outlaw a try, feel free. But if you just would rather to focus on Assassination, I don't think that spec is that far behind to the point where there's just no way you can be competitive. I feel like the only way you can, like, the only thing that's going to matter if you're trying to literally push to rank 1 in pre-patch, and at that point nobody's really trying to do that, but unless you're just trying to test yourself the biggest numbers out there. Perfectly geared Assassination, perfectly played versus perfectly played Outlaw, perfectly geared. Outlaw is going to be slightly stronger, but honestly, like, who cares in the pre-patch? You should just play Assassination. You should have some fun with it. Don't give up. Also, feel free to experiment with builds, because a lot of the sims are not final. Not of the numbers we have are final. We only have a handful of builds. Like, there could be somewhere a build that just pipes, and we just haven't figured it out what the combination of these abilities are, because the sims, I mean, the raid bots just recently kind of started figuring stuff out on their end, but like even then they're still like in the beta. Everything is like Not final. None of the numbers are final. It's going to be a long haul before they really get it like picture perfect. I say you should play whatever you like. What excels in duels in front of Warcraft? Yeah, exactly. You just play whatever excels in duels instead of Warcraft. Yeah. Let me know if it include retail LUI WTF to beta, maybe to copy. Didn't work. If player we like, that's us out no mind. I think Assassin's is fine spec, honestly. I played in Mythic Plus, it feels fine. May not do like some of the big pulls that Outlook can do in terms of numbers, but it definitely can do good damage. Is your class really viable if you can't be from front of Warcraft? True. Yeah, that is very true. Beta down right now? It is for me, Silver. How you doing, by the way? Asking real questions here. Same. Yeah, I have no idea about LVOI. Yo, does anybody know how to transfer LVOI over to the beta boys? Do you go to WTF? Hippowman Lixo out. What are the big changes are we expecting in this build? So we got a full list here, actually. There's a couple of things. I want to pull them up here. So we got a couple of things. First of all, Guardian Druids have gone through a ton of changes where a lot of the nodes have been adjusted. I don't know if those are up on the PTR at the moment, but they should be up on the beta. But they changed a bunch of their talents, quite a bit. They've adjusted them where the left side of the tree, the right side of the tree, and the middle are quite different. And I've heard some mixed stuff about it. Like Jake said, it's looking really good. But I've also heard like some people say that apparently this new version isn't as good. So I'm not sure if there's a proper consensus. I think everybody's just voicing their opinions, but I don't think we have any kind of like numbers at the end of the day. I want to see if maybe somebody in the Bear Discord has said anything about it. Because imagine the Bear Discord would have some people that are community heads that probably have like a pretty good idea of like these changes. But I don't think they've commented. I don't have a pin about it. They just have the pre-patch guide or like a little like guide, but more like helpful tips. What you should play, what you should try. Anyway. Outlaw Rogue Enhanced Shaman has got more abilities, spell bloat. True. I think Enhanced Shaman a little bit. But Outlaw definitely is up there. Definitely up there in ability spell bloat. Spell boat, more like it. Not spell bloat, spell boat. The way I'm seeing it, if you're allowed to pick up a lot of more defensive options earlier on the tree, and take the Moonfire stuff at the bottom of the tree while picking up Urstock during a circle. Okay, I don't disagree with that. Yeah, picking up more passive defensive options early on isn't a bad idea at all. That's a Feral Druid. Love him. Honestly, if the beta stores don't come back up, we'll probably go play some Feral and Mythic Pluses. So fun. I haven't played their Big Bleed AOE build. I'm playing High Energy build, but I really want to try the new one. Apparently it's really good too. So Guardian Druid's going through a lot of changes. Position of talents are different. Maul got a 40% damage buff. Slapped it on there. You know, we needed that Enhancement Shaman nerf in order to make this happen. So 24% of damage went there, and then whatever the rest of the Monk's loss also went into the Maul. Mangle has also been buffed. Twin Moonfire, damage of Moonfire has been reduced by 10 from 20. And this is disinfect. So you can still spread Moonfire, just you don't do as much damage with it. Guardian Balloon, Mangle now increases the duration of Iron 4 by 3 seconds with 2 seconds. After the Wildfire, healing from this ability is increased by 50%, so that should be pretty strong. So they're improving a little bit with damage and healing. I'm still not sure about Maul. I gotta try it out. My biggest issue with Maul was like, I like the ability. I don't mind it in single target. It's just an AoE. I feel like I don't really get to use it because I feel like I gotta keep up Iron for a whole time. Evoker got buffed too. Time Stop no longer is on global cooldown. That's gonna be really good. So you can just immune things immediately. Deep Breath does 40% more damage in PvP. Pyre does 30% more. Volatile's chance increase to 15. 30 at rank 2. That could be really good. I have Infinite Gems 1 Essence return to Winter Surge Critical Strikes instead of granting Essence Burst. So that's a little different. Survival Hunter Deadly Duo has been adjusted. While Spirit is active, Mungus Bite increases the damage of your next kill command. And the reset chance of a kill command by 25%. Stack it up to 3 times. So Mungus Bites build up kill command. Kill commands can build up Mungus Bites. And it's going to be really interesting. Big pet bites. That could be really cool. Kill command reset the cooldown duration of Spearhead by 1.5. That could be really good. So you can stack up, big kill command, lots of stacks, lots of procs. They added Unison so you can affect the J stat for Mistweaver. Holy Paladin is going to have more mana cost on a lot of your abilities. I guess they're running into the point where they just had too much mana, except for Crusader Strike. They're reducing that a little bit. Priest Power Infusion can only be a cast of players, so maybe they were doing some cheese than before. Light's Wrath has a variance to it, which is kind of whatever. Dark Pact already no longer increases by 20% in PvP because of the PvP health nerfs, health buffs. Shadow Throw correctly removes immunities, apparently wasn't. There's some changes to Warrior too. But yeah, quite a lot of stuff for us to take into dungeons. Mungus Bite? Yeah, Mungus Bite. Mungus Bite. It is Mungus Bite, actually. One more question for you, Del. How to include detail add-on? So they have a detailed version right now on CurseForge, or Fuse the app or Fuse website, but they have a Dragonflight version. You just import that into the beta, and that'll work there too. So the one you have on live, that works in the beta as well. Jack the countdown? Hopefully. Jack the countdown in like what, 2 weeks? Less than that? Problem with buffing Guardian of the Loon is it's a dead talent compared to Earth Warden and LMFAO. Buffing Guardian of the Loon. You don't think it's good? I guess I gotta compare them. Yeah, Feral Slaps, 100%. Wow, they may not be able to play enhanced to can't deal with too many abilities. You can make it a little bit easier for yourself, Gray. There's quite a bloat, but you can make it like simplified. Like you may be able to go for like a more passive options for a few talents. You'll lose a bit of damage, maybe, but like you will have a more smooth playstyle. Honestly, I was playing like a very busy playstyle, and I was just unable to get all my good abilities up and running early enough. So going for like a simple playstyle may not be a bad idea. 12 days? Is it actually 12 days? Because it's very, very soon. It's like 15th. You guys, actually, you're right. Yeah, 15, 12 days. That's true. It buffs single use of Iron Fur, whilst Earth Ward is broken through melee attack by 33. Yeah, I guess the thing with it is Earth Warden, I mean, it lasts for 3 auto attacks. Well, Iron Fur doesn't have a longer duration, technically. I do some keys still in the beta. Yeah, might not be a bad idea. Hello, is it actually I'm actually a casual player, but also an alcoholic, so I miss most of the gameplay just because playing catch up. So I want to learn which classes are the most fun for you. Prefer melee. Class I found the most fun so far in the Dragonflight beta. I found Feral Druid incredibly fun. I feel like they're a lot closer to Rogue. They no longer feel sluggish in energy regen because you can pick up talents in order to improve that resource generation, and they feel a lot more effective in AoE. I like doing Mythic plus dungeons a lot, and I feel a lot better there. Their single target damage I think stays about the same, and it's generally been on the good front on that. Feral Druids have a lot of mobility, lots of utility. Mobility is huge, man. I like mobility a ton. It's very difficult for me to play a class that moves very, very sluggishly. Although some classes do have, like, you know, it's part of the gameplay, part of the class fantasy, just to be on the slower end. I like Feral Druid. I like Windwalker Monk a lot too. I like Mistweaver a little bit more. That's like the healing version, but I like it because it can play like a melee healer build, which is really, really cool. You can like you punch and you kick and you heal at the same time. But Windwalker is a fantastic choice. Also lots of mobility. It has a lot more depth to it. It's simple at first, but it definitely can get a lot of depth and a lot of intricate gameplay to it. Big fan of the mastery. Demon Hunter is a fantastic choice, fairly easy to get into. I mean, mobility again also huge. Warrior is also fantastic. I like Warrior a lot because the survivability has improved a ton. I like the utility to bring it to dungeon groups. But if you're a casual player, I don't know how like often you're gonna play in group stuff. Rogue has also been fun. Survival Hunter has been very, very fun. Survival Hunter has a blend of like range and melee, and you have a pet to like tank things for you. So it makes it very, very easy to like do just about all content. You don't really need a group. You can pull a rare or like a big elite, and your pet will most of the time be able to tank it or survive it long enough for you to get some damage on it. Feral PTR do better than Priest and Affliction. And a plus, by the way, a good fellow in PTR do better than a Priest and Mage and Aff. They can, yes, they can definitely do a lot of damage. What do I like it more, Assassin or Feral? Oh, that's a hard choice, man. I like Assassination and Feral for different reasons. I love Feral in Mythic Pluses. I like the fact that it could go bleed heavy. But I also like that it could do that on Assassination too. I don't know, man. They're so close to each other. Just one is bleeds, one is like bleeds and poisons. That's a hard one. I don't know. If I had to pick both of them, they're so similar. I kind of lean towards Feral because they have very, very upbeat. I mean, Assassin's Rogues can also get like very, very fast-paced gameplay. Like you just swim in energy, just like a Pharaoh would. I don't know. I think it depends on the situation. I feel like inside of like a Mythic Plus dungeon, I like Pharaoh a lot for the big AOE. But in like an array that's a cleave fight, I like Assassination. I love the single target damage you can put out. The fact that you can just bleed an enemy down, literally put all the bleeds, go behind the pillar, go get yourself a sandwich, your bleeds are still rolling on them, just rotting them down. Yeah, both of them are really close. Choose what you play, Affliction Warlock and BM Hunter. Out of those two, I think I'd probably lean towards a Beastmaster Hunter. If I had to choose like one of those two. I love Affliction, it's really fun in AoE. I really want to explore how good its single target damage can be. But like if I only had to choose one or the other, I'd probably go Beastmastery. I think it's a lot better nowadays. I like the amount of depth they added to it. You can really modify a lot of your abilities to go for like more damage over time focused gameplay, where you're not really as reliant on your pet. It's still a good portion of your output, but it can be very unique in certain situations, like when enemies are spread super far apart, you can just go like a dot-based build. Or you can go like a Giga Summoner Pet build. It's just, overall, it didn't really get too much more complicated to play, but it's gained so much more depth that it feels really fun. Affliction Warlock, I'm really excited to explore. I really want to make a dot-based build work. Like if a proper dot rod build works, honestly, Affliction may be even stronger in my opinion. I just don't know the potential of like pure single target damage over time build. I wonder if I should go back to like pure wadding damage. If I can do that, I'll be very, very happy with it. If those are done, you can take Ursac's Fury and the regrowth, kill every 30 seconds. You know, the talent to heal someone for 160k LMFAO. Dude, it's pretty good, isn't it? I remember back in my day when Pharaoh was the slowest pick compared to Rogue. You can definitely play it slower, my man. You definitely can. You can take talents. Oh man, if you could just pull up against Wahhead or something for it. It all depends how you build your character. There we go. Let me just do this. Let me get a Pharaoh. Let me go pre-patch build just so I can scroll down. I can just see all the talents. I don't really care about the build. I just wanted to take a look at the talents so I can just show them off. I'm a very visual person, so I don't really remember these talents super well by names. I remember them by pictures. But you can definitely go into like a more slower Pharaoh droid. Go into the Brutal Slash. Go into that longer dots, not play into Cat's Curiosity. You could bypass it altogether for Lunar Inspiration, get yourself Infected Wounds, go yourself with a big bite build, right? And you play into that Raging Fury and Blood Talents, and you play a lot more slower, but a lot more powerful, a lot more methodical playstyle. But if you want to pick up a couple of Tireless Energy in there, maybe pick up Lunar Inspiration for energy regen, pick up Cat's Curiosity, it really speeds up. So you can go slower and bypass all of these talents that do amplify your damage, or you can go a lot faster and just kind of cleave everything. It's been pretty fun though. What is this build, by the way? What the hell is this build? Primal Wrath consumes, but you don't even take Primal Wrath. What the hell is that? What is this build? Hold on. Best challenge build for Dragonflight pre-patch. Why would you take Terrapin Wounds? I'm looking at this build right now. I'm a little confused, chat. Why would they take Terrapin Wounds without Primal Wrath? Huh? Wait, am I the only one seeing this? Am I the only one seeing this? Primal Wrath consumes 4 seconds. I thought maybe this would Warcraft for free, but no, it needs Primal Wrath. I don't even take Primal Wrath this one. Oh, fellow guide runner might need to change that a little. Okay, so normally to play Primal Wrath with that one. Or just go like, Tasteful Blood. Just do that instead. I'm not the only one that sees it, right, chat? Oh. Nope, we see it. Got a roll of face palm on that one. Awkward. Okay. See, I told you the trees were problem. Okay. Talent trees on Wowhead guides. These guide writers are very, very similar people, or same in some cases, that do a lot of the class research on Discord. It could be that they might have made one mistake, or they're telling somebody on Wowhead to put it up, and somebody on Wowhead that's like the editor made a mistake. So just take them all like with as a guide, but not as a gospel. You know what I mean? Just use them to look at them. But if you see issues like this, that's what we want to use our brains, boys. Maybe access to lower talents. It could be, but at that point, like you would play maybe like Taste for Blood, and you could take a point out of Tireless Energy. I imagine. I just think it was a misclick, most likely. I mean, I guess if like again, if the guide writer is telling the editor, and the editor is having to like craft this on their own and then take a picture of it, I could totally see it. But yeah, I just wouldn't oversee anybody do that. Yeah. What's the most important bug? Very possible. Very possible. Always knock on the fridge door before opening, just in case there's salad dressing. Fair enough. I like that, actually. Gotta say, Outlaw's incredible fun. It is so good, man. The pistol shot build, the ambush build looks great. Come on, Blizzard. But yeah, there's definitely some ways you can play Feral Druid. There's multiple ways of like how you want to build it. You can play it slower, you can play it faster paced. The fact that there's choice, I think it's really good. And I think it's the best part about the talent trees. It's the fact that we all get choices of how you build our classes. You can be a pistol shot, rootin' tootin' shootin' Outlaw Rogue, right? Bandolier, Pistolier. Or you can go like a full ambush, Shadow Dance Outlaw build. Or you can just go like a Gambler build with Dice of Fate. Or just bypass dance, Roll the Bones altogether. If you really hate it, you can literally bypass it. Is it going to be a worse build? Possibly. Maybe better. Who knows? It's a wild, wild west out there, literally. But the challenge give players options of how to play their class, and they also give you opportunity to make great discoveries and also make mistakes. And I think it's perfectly cool. I just love the variety. And I think it's good. Gonna be making Dractarian gold. Yeah, gonna be rich boys. Yeah, for real, for real. Yeah, just start dancing in a mailbox. Just start getting people trading you. Then on RP realms, you'll be good. I love the classes in fast-paced playstyles that have lots of procs and skills. So in ordinary, easy rotation, but changes over time. So always suits me better for but any different recommendations. I love the classes that are fast playstyles that have a lot of procs and skills. So it's not an ordinary easy rotation, but changes over time. Always suits me about one of the classes that have procs. Simple rotation, but also something that isn't stagnant, that is the same the whole time. I would say like Fury Warrior is a very fast-paced rotation too. Like Carpal Tunnel Jason to a degree. It's more predictable, but there is procs. You can't play into proc-based playstyle with that one. I would even say like Retribution Paladin has a pace to it. Like once you figure out which abilities you rotate first, there is a order. Like if you're playing it right, you always have an ability to press. So it takes a little bit of learning. And there's some procs in there too. Like you'll get Wake of Ash procs, Blade of Justice procs, and those will feel impactful. Plus Paladins are pretty decent right now. Playing with Sally in our guild. Sally has a red pally popping out, man. Does work. Every time you got wings, every time you got cooldowns, work. Putting in the numbers, man. Playing Demon Hunter and legit ask it to get is legit ask it to get yeah, Corporal Tunnel, yeah. Yeah, Demon Hunter and Fury Warrior are like some of the fast-paced specs out there where you're just like constantly APM. High APM, your hands are gonna be crippled. Although fit procs would have some, yeah, Outlaw would be a pretty good fitting class. And Shaman would fit a fast-paced and procs, yes, but Enhancement Shaman I feel like also has like can be a little bit of an overbearing playstyle too. Outlaw Rogue to a certain degree as well. Right now they're playing more of a passive build, but you can definitely make like a really overbearing one. Like I guess a question is like, are you trying to play like end game builds and you're trying to play like a not super convoluted end game builds? Or you're just like looking for a class and you'll just make a build of your own that's decent enough, but you're not super worried about doing like top damage. Because if you're like not super worried about doing top damage, you can really construct a lot of classes to be a little bit simpler. But if you're looking for like end game that isn't like super like overwhelming, overbearing with abilities, I'm trying to look at it from that perspective, I guess. But yeah, Enhanced Shaman would be fast paced with procs that would easily fit. That's a bit slower melee. I'd say Arms Warrior. I'd say Unholy Death Knight is more methodical. I'd say Frost Death Knight to a certain degree outside of breath windows. Or for player obliteration. I think Retribution Paladin can be more methodical too. And I would say something like Subtlety Rogue can also be fairly slow paced. It's very cooldown oriented. I'm trying to think of like melee that are also slower and methodical. None of the tanks are really slow. I'd say some of the casters can be a little bit slower end too. Like Warlocks are very methodical. But that's a caster. By the way, you can just have more talent builds like Guardian Druid, everything loads into something. You think so? Okay, I'll definitely give Guardian a try when we get a chance. Ironically, making the class simpler, even if it's like 10% less DPS, most players would end up doing more DPS in a raid since they would do correct more often. That's true. that is something to consider. Yeah, if you need someone to like if you're struggling to play a class, but you're also like struggling with mechanics and you're also struggling with uptime, making a class play simpler and easier, as long as it lets you get better uptime, can let you more DPS overall. Like there is always going to be that perfect nirvana, right? Perfect build and you play perfectly without a single mistake. You never reach nirvana though. Almost nobody ever reaches nirvana. So being able to like play and practice and try to reach that, you know, sweet spot is important. But also realize, like, if you're just unable to do it, but you want to perform, making adjustments, like critical thinking and making those specific adjustments, like he says, that would help out some more. That's true. I would tickle Leon's. That's what you're trying to make shower content. Dude, that'd be so good. Wait, did you guys see that? So I didn't watch the Preach interview, but I read through like the blurbs over on Wowhead. And they basically kind of described like Dragonflight as like third phase of World of Warcraft, third era of World of Warcraft. And they said something about like, they designed a lot of content in the past and they kind of abandoned it, you know, Garrison, Storegas, Mage Shower. And the idea is like, well, in the future when we don't want to design content, then we're not going to take it to future expansions. You know what I mean? Which I think hints at the possibility of like dragon riding being a permanent feature in all the zones. That may be the flying feature going forward. But they said like they'll probably design more content going forward, especially in Dragonflight. That will be like you'll go back to and you'll utilize it from on and on. Imagine like if you, let's say like you gained Order Halls back in Legion and you kept coming back to Order Halls and they kind of played a small role in future expansions to come. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would love it when we start content. I think that was a good piece of content, and I think they could do it again. Give us some single target challenge and boss fights, single target boss fights. You could give us with the base travel, like 5 of them, and certain classes are really good for them or whatever. I'll even 3. I'll take however many I can. This is base shower actually. I wanted to be expected to hate dragon riding, but it ended up being my favorite feature in like 6 years since base shower. Dude, dragon riding, I mean, it's one of those features that you're like looking at YouTube videos and you're looking at people like flying and you don't really feel it. You don't really get into it. You're like, you know what? It looks like a gimmick, whatever, just getting around. But like once you actually try, that's where a lot of people's minds changes in the dragon riding system. Which is why I try to tell people like it's one thing to watch somebody do it. It's a whole nother thing to actually fly around for a bit. It's such a different feedback system. But yeah, I'm a big fan of it. I think it's really cool. It just makes getting from A to B a lot more entertaining. Like normally you just go to a flight path or just face your character, press auto fly and you're good and you just AFK for 5 minutes. Now you can get there instead of 5 minutes, like in a minute, and the experience can be a lot more entertaining along the way. Go play Enhancement, Soul Shuffle Arena after M+ after the nerf. I think they're doable. There's a pretty big hefty nerf, but I think they are very, very doable. The new act of the Warcraft universe. Yeah, well, hopefully they can stick to it, man. I think it's not a bad idea to just be like, you know what? It's a breath of fresh air, and we're going to start it here. I think it'll be good. It's a question of can they deliver? You know, it's a question of can they deliver? Because I want future expansions. I want Dragonflight and future expansions to be like Legion quality. Like good content, regular cadence, regular adjustments. I don't know if Legion was a regular adjustment, but it's like I'm basically thinking like good parts I like about Legion plus more. You know what I mean? But at least I think they already got like, at least in terms of their thought process around Dragonflight, I think they've got a pretty good like head on their shoulders about it. You know? The Shadow Priest is complicated. Some people say it's very hard at the moment. I was thinking I'll give it a go. You know, I played Shadow Priest and I was able to do like 20k DPS in a gambit. I think it can be a little overbearing, but you can make concessions and adjust your build a little bit in order to be a little bit less overbearing. It's really fun. It's really good. It's a really strong right now, I'd say. Fairly strong. Surprisingly strong. I definitely would give it a go. If you're playing Mythic Plus build and you are used to playing the Void Eruption version of the build, like in Legion, it's very, very fast-paced, very, very busy. Although you can simplify it a lot too, if you need to. I would do it. I would simplify it if you have to. If you need to simplify it, do it. As long as you play into that Mindsteer playstyle, you'll be fine. I'll listen to scare me. When it first came out, it was too complicated, RNG based, I don't know about now. But any comments you use to Rogue Outlaw doesn't feel like it. Yo, Outlaw is always going to be like a weird spec because of the RNG aspect. Some people are just not going to enjoy it, and I totally get it. A lot of people don't want to be playing a random lottery, like whether my class is well or whether it doesn't. I feel like the spec has gained and been able to rein in a lot of that RNG over the last few expansions, but I feel like this current version is probably the best version of like that establishes more player agency and control. Especially with the steps they've taken in Dragonflight. Like they're incorporating ambush playstyle builds that can have deliberate gameplay choices. They're changing up the way pistol shots work with Family Hammer, so you can bank up a bunch of pistol shots and have guaranteed combo and generation out of it. It feels fantastic. You get more cooldown reduction, more combo and building. It's a lot more deliberate. Roll the Bones doesn't feel nearly as bad because you could grab so many talents that can amplify Roll the Bones to reduce the chance of getting a bad buff. In fact, you can just control, like, almost always have good buffs, or at least 2 buffs at a time. And if you find the right buffs that you like and you want to maximize them, there's a way to like press a button and you prolong the duration of the buffs for 30 seconds longer, which lets you take advantage of the Roll the Bones mechanic. Yeah, I think it'll never completely remove it. I mean, you technically can't build this up without Roll the Bones altogether. You're going to limit some of your damage output because you're missing a combat buff. But you technically could make it work without it. Technically. It's always going to be like a weird part about the spec that not everybody's going to get behind. But this is probably the best version of Outlaw I've seen in terms of like mitigating RNG and establishing more player agency and control over your class. If you ever want to play Outlaw, now's the time. It's really fun. I've had a lot of people mess with me and be like, wait, I didn't know it was going to be this fun. A lot of people are surprised at how good it is. And I've said at the beginning, like, this looks really, really good at Dragonflight. But it's really, really good. How much time do you give Blizzard to kill Wretched Paladins? It's been a sub for 1 week, 2 weeks, max 2 weeks. Gonna be dirt to the ground against C tier. Hopefully not, because so far they've had a really good goes in Mythic Pluses and in raids. They've been very impactful. I'm hoping that you just got Retribution, because we've been raiding and selling the Red Paladin in our guild has been popping off every time they got cooldowns. They're impactful. You're seeing them on the damage meter. You're seeing Sally really make work happen. I'm hoping they don't, because Retribution Paladin isn't one of those classes that brings like a raid specific utility, right? What the Retribution Paladin brings, a prop Paladin brings, a holy Paladin brings. All of them got B-Res, all of them got Diva Aura. So like those classes don't really bring anything like that. I feel like it needs to do good damage. And Red Paladin right now is in a fantastic spot. I'm hoping the tuning will be favorable. I think that's how they gotta balance some of these classes. You either bring someone to the team or you bring good damage. That'll give everybody some kind of a buff, and then everybody brings something to the team. I don't feel it's unfair for Paladins to do well, even a little bit. Because they're not quite Windwalkers either, right? They're not Windwalkers or... what's another good class right now? It's single target. Beastmaster apparently is really good in raid. It was Affliction Warlock for a bit, but they kind of nerfed him. What is it good in single target? Rogue? Rogues are generally good. Rogues are generally good. I'm sure it's going to be good in cleave. I don't know. They don't feel terrible at the moment. I gotta take a look at my logs again. Everyone forgets that season 1 Red was always scared to buy 12 people. I agree with you. I do agree with you. People do have very, very short memories. That being said, I'm talking about Red Pally from a PvE perspective rather than PvP. Yeah, like Feral Druid. Like if you take a look at PvP, they're generally pretty popular. But like if you take a look at dungeons and raids, they're not really nearly as popular as they are in PvP. So I would say on average, the popularity is on a lower end. Same thing with Paladin. Like they had a really, really good season 1, and yeah, people do forget about it. But on average, like when you see a Red Pally and Mythic Pluses, most people just like bypass them. But I'm like, nah, it's a Red Pally. His gear, but like we can get somebody better. We can literally get a better class. That's people's mentality about it, and that derived from like Paladins just not being good for a while. Evokers should be really good too. Best part of all is grapple hook. Yes. Also, grapple hook, lower cooldown with shadow step. And sprint. You got so much mobility as Outlaw. Passive movement speed too. Dude, Outlaw is so good at mobility. Hold on. Let me just pull this up real quick. Hold on a second. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Outlaw's insane on mobility. I don't know if you guys seen this. This thing is nuts. This thing is insane. Okay, hold on. You can literally go just full mobility build. Pick up Shadow Step. The fact that you get Shadow Step baseline is incredible. You got some movement speed with hit and run. Grapple hook, faster hook. You're zooming. You're moving. You're schmoving. Pick up the Death Maneuver. You literally can hit a boss from like a mile away. You can hit a boss from another zip code while you dance in circles around him. It is incredible. I was playing it the other day in I think I was doing like Sanctum with Sylvanas, and I was just moving and zooming. I was like, my god, mobility is incredible. Jesus, Shadow Step, grapple hook together with sprint, with movement speed. Oh my god. It is incredibly good. And plus, you play the cooldown reduction legendary right now, so you get cooldown reduction on everything so quickly. But it's so good. I don't think Shadow Step is part of this, is it? Oh, the Lesser Blades? I don't think it is. Yeah, imagine if it was. I know Sprint and Grapple Hook are though. You generate a lot of resources with Dread Blades though. Apparently there's a better build with depth maneuvers and you pick up improved blunt between the eyes instead of heavy hitter and grapple. You go this way instead of like these two. Apparently it's a little stronger. Chat, no build backup. We're supposed to get a build tonight, and the build is supposed to feature Guardian Druid changes, and it's supposed to feature. There's also another thing with Disc Priest too, isn't there? It's supposed to be Guardian Druid changes and a Disc Priest thing. Let me look at it real quick. Find it. Disc Priest. Health. What's the other one for the build? Development notes. Here we go. Yeah, so this is development notes. Well, the class change is supposed to come out this week. And there's the upcoming Disc Priest change. So Disc Priest, they make it sizzle minion passive. It's learned and damage passive with 30? Yo. Huh? Damage diminishes above 5 atonements. What? Oh, passively 30% more damage. But since a mini. No way. Alright, that looks good. I looked up 0 zones from new content, 0 lore. Launch are gonna be sweet. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. People find Evoker clunky, probably don't know how to play it, Sidge. I mean, to a degree, yes. They're a new class. They're not like an easy class. Like Demon Hunter was a little bit more of like a new player approachable class. Evoker is gonna take a second to like really get good at. A lot of people have been playing it for a while. And some people that have been playing it for a while in beta have been feeling a lot better with them. Did we get a bet for sub? So Dal, we're gonna bet for a sub. What do I mean? We're gonna hold the Paladin main for a long time. Haven't touched Red in a long time, but I'm long pre-patch Red Paladin. Yeah, it's really good so far. All this Spider-Man, literally. I love calling my red buddy auto attack Andy low classic. Dude, when you finally break out of the auto attack Andy on a red Paladin, once you hit like level 50 or so, you pick up Crusader Strike, you got the Divine Storm, you got that Judgment. Man, the spec opens up. It feels so much better to quest in now. God, like I wish they would just give me like Crusader Strike earlier, man. Just any one of these abilities just a little earlier in Wrath. Made all these Wrath changes with Heroic Plus and took out the random dungeons, which I would have loved doing random dungeons. I feel like the queues would have been much quicker. I haven't actually looked for people. But yeah. Man. Hope the servers come back up, chat. And this will probably go play pre-patch. But new build is supposed to be here today. With the bear druids and stuff. Is PTR up? Could we see the changes on PTR maybe? Warlock or Mage? I like it both. It really depends what you're into. Warlock or Mage? What would you guys say, chat? Warlock or Mage? They're both very even for me. I love the control of mages, and I'm excited to play Arcane, but also love the tank and also Warlock, and I love to just like consume the enemy with like a wave of demons. Literally become the Burning Legion. Mr. Burning Legion to you, sir. For PvP Warlock, for PvP Mage. They are very tanky for PvP though. I like Warlocks a lot more. They're awesome. You know, played either? You definitely give them a try. Lock ammo? Yeah, for sure. Man, to show them pretty direct now, right? I'd say no. They are nerfed, so they're not like Giga, but they're still decent. Okay, it's so fun. Oh my god, yes it is. Oh, I love Arcane, dude. I don't know what it is about Arcane, man. I feel like it's just a barrage orb playstyle and like explode like, missiles, and they building up for big barrages and mad bursts all together. All those abilities with cleave, focus down single target, spread, cleave on everybody. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. May just have to play that for a bit. It's still good, but it's not OP, but really okay. Yeah, that's what we realized when we were playing some enhancement last night. It definitely was fun when you were just like pressing buttons and you're just obliterating things. But yeah, it's still a really solid spec. I was hoping maybe they would just maintain them this strong, because it was really fun. It's been a while since enhancement been like that strong, but yeah, just 25% damage nerf without an explanation, without like developer comments, was very weird, and the enhancement community in the Discord was not happy about it either. They were like, wait, out of left field? Oh no. They feel like it's an overreaction. They feel like maybe certain abilities could have been nerfed instead. That would have been done the same effect as 25% damage nerf, but yeah. Doing setups with RMP is the most satisfying feeling in a while. Let's be real. I mean, I feel like doing setups with RMP can be really fun, but sometimes they're just as simple as like breath poly one guy, and then kidney shot another, and a fear third guy. Like it's just like you press one, two classes press one button, one class presses two buttons. But yeah, I don't disagree. As a rogue main, I do like him, but the people meme on them so much. On one hand, it is easier. RMP dies of cringe. So Desprae's got a baseline Schism Mini, 30% more damage, which is better than 12, and it doesn't diminish for a while. In the challenge tree, Schism Mini has been replaced with Blaze of Light. Blaze of Light increases damage of Smite and Penance by 50%. Penance increases or decreases target's movement speed. Oh, that could be kind of cool. Hell yeah, that'd be kind of fun, chat. Blaze is no longer PvP challenge. Wow. Evangelism wants to get 3. Oh, buff to Evangelism. They brought it back. Spell damage heals targets affected by Atonement 40. Oh, okay, that's interesting, chat. You do 30% more damage baseline, but less Atonement. That's gonna be something. That's gonna be something. Power Radiance applies Atonement 60 of normal instead of 50. That's good. Schism increases spell damage on target by 15. Okay, so they make it Schism a little bit less mandatory. But I think Schism together with the Schism Mini, at the end of the day, is going to be very, very similar output. Like when you have Schism and Schism Mini, just Schism Mini is going to give you more passive. Although it does die very, very quickly beyond 5 atonements. But at least you'll be able to keep like a good portion of it, so you'll be able to keep up more damage. So it looks like they're giving them more passive atonement healing, but they're reducing atonement value a little bit. It's an interesting change. Most of the 10 increases the duration of Schism by 6 seconds, well 3 seconds, that's good. Harsh Discipline has been resigned every 10 to 5 cast of Smite. Penance fires afraid to shell bolts. Was when Atonement healed the— oh no! The talent dude! No! Chat! So there's a talent where, as I put up atonements on everybody, every single atonement after like 100 atonements, you would get a free penance. Your next penance is free of mana cost, and it fires just a bunch of bolts, just like a rapid fire, brrr, a bunch of penances at once. And that was really easy to pull off, because say if you have like, if you put up a renew on an ally, they get atonement buff on them. You put a dot on the enemy, every time the dot ticks, it gives them a atonement healing. Now if you have 5 allies with atonement healing, and you put a dot on the guy, you get 5 allies get atonement healing. When you have multiple little enemies all dotted up, while you're AoEing using Holy Nova or maybe like Penance or smiting an enemy, all those constant damage ends up healing everybody individually. Every one of the people is getting healed individually, so you build up atonement buffs very rapidly, with just huge amount of AoE, very, very rapidly. So this is going to slow it down, so you have to cast Smite in order to build it. I guess 5 Smites and you can build up a big Penance, that could still be okay, but it is going to be less passive maintenance of Smites, or Penances. You have to like deliberately cast spells in order to build up for it. I don't know how I feel about it. What do you guys think about that? Also, is pre-patch up? I want to see if the PTR rooms are up, chat. Because I want to see if the PTR rooms will maybe have all these class changes. Jake, would you know by chance? Probably better, IMM. I just don't know if they applied all of the new changes on the pre-patch or not. Makes it easier for duels. Wait, what do you mean? The Smite thing? Or pre-patch? What'd I say? Fire Mage? Fire Mages are really good. Oh, I gotta pull a... Hold on, give me a second. Here we go. Yo! Let me try pre-patch real quick. Oh, not pre-patch, PTR. That's my thing, because getting a 100 single atonement stacks is kind of irritating. I thought it was easier though, wasn't it? I think in PvP it wasn't as good, but in PvP, I think the waiting for the atonements wasn't as good. But in PvP, like Smites, I think Smites are gonna be slower though than the atonement stuff. I think in the PV, like in a dungeon, you're constantly, every one of your penances was like empowered penance. Now it's going to be a little bit harder for you to get it up and running because you're going to have to use some smites. But I guess maybe like you'll just be able to like focus on smiting rather than everything. PI? Yeah, I guess maybe with PI you could just get a bunch of smite. I don't know, I feel like they're still trying to slow it down a little bit. But hopefully overall, like it'll just give them better overall throughput in healing. Evangelism is going to be huge for raid situations. I wonder how Sins of Mania is going to scale in raids though. Because I'm pretty sure Sins of Mania gains like no value inside of raids. Just because it starts out at 12 and for personal atonement, it starts to diminish. If Sins of Mania can at least like maintain like, I don't know, like 20 or like a 50% damage buff while you have everybody penanced or toned out in a raid, then I think maybe it could be okay. Possibly. Hey Jake, do you know by chance if the new Guardian changes are in? That's a rest tree. Guardian tree. So how do I know if I got the right Guardian tree, chat? Okay. Bear. Is that the new one? No, that's still the old one, isn't it? What did the new one look like? Let's see if they do have the new challenge tree here. I thought I saw a picture. Because I've been waiting for a beta, man. I've been trying to get on the build. I've been trying to test this stuff out. Evoker changes too. Calculator did it with the Guardian changes. Okay, so that's what it's supposed to look like. That's what the challenge is supposed to look like. Look at Soul Force early. After Wildfire or Wildlife? Wildfire. Oh, it is after Wildfire. Huh. Yeah, so they're putting the whole Galactic Guardian towards the bottom of the tree, man. It's like a dot nature arcane build. And this is more like a bear build. Yeah, that's interesting. It's very, very interesting, man. Yeah, so that's not in yet, because this still has this up here. So they're basically taking all this, and they're adjusting by putting these all upwards. And they're not making big between Blood Frenzy and Soul Forest. They can just put it up here. That's interesting. Give it that as a capstone. This, for the most part, stays. This stays, but they're really adjusting this right here. They're just kind of throwing this down and pulling these up a little. With this as it is. And they're nerfing some of these. They're not going to be as effective. I think this one is going to be nerfed. But yeah. That's what I was trying to see, man. If the beta, maybe they have a new build. Guardian Shade is on the beta at the moment. But the beta's not up, though. Alright. Back to waiting on beta, boys. That or we go pre-patch. That or we go pre-patch. Because I really want to dive into the beta build, man. I want to give him a couple more minutes. I really want to do beta build tonight. I really want to test out these beta changes. I want to test out this Evoker Pyre damage build. Imagine if Pyre could actually be a good ability on single target Lath. Also, I want to see how the 40% extra stamina affects everything. That'd be really fun. Hold on. Now we're good. Yeah, I'm still not 100%. Like, I don't know how I feel about them Guardian changes, man. And I don't really know that many Guardian Druids. I mean, I know a Feral Druid that knows Druid fairly well. But yeah. I have no idea. I have no idea who to ask. I just want to know what people think. Because Jake says it's good, but like the early reception was like very, very negative. I do want to try out Maul. I really think they should rethink Maul though. I feel like Maul, when it procs, like when you get a damage proc with it, maybe that ability should cost like no resources. Another suggestion I saw is maybe like what if Maul had a cleave mechanic to it? Because Maul can generate you a shield, but in AoE Maul just becomes like so very, very lackluster. But if Maul had like a cleave component to it, so at least you could debuff a bunch of enemies with that cleave, maybe like give it like a soft cap or something, or 5 targets or whatever. That cleave with a debuff could be very, very valuable and make it a very interesting ability to play. A good pyre build for SC, do elaborate. So the buff the pyre damage by 30%. Pyre damage increased by 30. So there's a build where you can build up scintillation. It's called scintillation, whereas you use blue abilities, you build up the damage for your pyre. You can also make it so your pyre, when it does AoE, it has more of like explosion, a chance to like flare up again. So you can have pyre hit multiple times at once. So imagine going for like a big mortar build, right? You go for max range, you build up a bunch of blue buff, you shatter, you play into I guess you would need to do the mastery too, and you would go maybe into like a fire breath to empower your next 2 fire spells. You go big fire breath, your next 2 fire spells play the bottom right candy, I don't know what's it called, I think iridescence, to empower your next 2 fire abilities. You live and flame big into a pyre, and hopefully if those crit, maybe that could be big damage too. So you'll burst fire breath into insta cast insta, just a 1-2-3 combo. That could be pretty good, because you can set it up ahead of time, because you can just fire breath, shatter, put him to sleep, cast, fire. Maybe. Probably good damage and single target. So we can crit, 30% more damage, could be a little bit more effective. Maybe. I'm just kind of guessing. For AoE though, god yeah. I want to try it for single target. I think it could work, man. I think it could work. When you stack it up, I mean it does up to like what? I don't know how much more damage, like 200? 100? But it could do a lot more damage, and it could be decent on single target. And if you can empower fire damage back to back like that, that could be maybe okay. Yeah, for AoE it's definitely going to be really good. Definitely. Because if you saw my pyres before one dungeon were very high, I didn't cast pyre as much as you Warthorus. They were very high. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. I'm just wondering how it will work in PvP, because it has a bit of a delay, but you can't really evade the ability, and it like does decent damage. I mean, normally you don't set it up for a big pyre, but you can. You definitely can. It'll be like WO guys. Think so? Probably right on that one, honestly. But imagine like if you're, let's say, a shatter into Dragon's Rage that gives you a free pyre, that'd be big damage, and you do a big cast into Fire Breath. That, or you just go shatter, big blast into Fire Breath, and if that pyre and Fire Breath hit it once and both of them do big crits, that could be really strong too. And they can finish them up with a Living Flame afterwards if you need it, if you get an Instacast proc. That could be kind of nutty. There's also opportunity for it, but 30% more damage, I mean, it's sizable. I'm just trying to think of like, what if we were to put it together? I imagine that'd be pretty good. But yeah, in AoE, I definitely would have tried as well. I think like a proper like pyre AoE build would be a lot stronger. I think the blue abilities for Evoker are exceptionally strong, but I think the red abilities just kind of lost a little bit of their touch, except for the Fire Breath. Fire Breath and Living Flame interaction has been really awesome to see. You can give it a try. Need to swap around with a 30% flare up, another pyre. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think it could be pretty good, because if it does 30% more damage and it benefits from the scintillation, and it maybe benefits from like other buffs, it could be pretty good. Who knows? Imagine getting one pyre, flares up, 2 hits, big crits, most of someone's damage, most of someone's health. That could be pretty good. I'm just kind of shopping the idea here. Could be really good. Volatility chances also increase too. What is volatility again? Volatility. I don't have Evoker on here. What is going? Blizzard, please. Give me that. Talent calculator. Evoker. Devastation. So what is the volatility? Is it this? Oh yeah. So that's a 15% chance or 30% chance at rank 2. Oh. So 30% chance to flare up. That could be kind of good. Iridescence, that's the one, yeah. So you can empower the damage by 15. You also can pick up this, where is it? There's a talent here. Essence burst damage increased by 7.5. So you can actually buff it by quite a bit. Let me show you the build. So you go like big fire buffs. Big fire buffs. I guess you probably want to do a kick build. You pick up 15% more damage from Titanic Ride because Essence Burst, so you gotta get Essence Burst and then you do the big flare, and that does a lot of damage. Pick up Tyranny because it's really good. Heat Wave. I don't know if you really need that. And you pick up Spellweaver's Dominance. Casting and Power Spell increases your essence generation by 100. I don't know if you necessarily need it, but it could be kind of good. Longer duration. What else can you do for like better damage? Something like this maybe? I think I messed up. Yeah. Yeah, Charge Blast is what we would need. So maybe like something like this. Blue abilities increase the damage of an expire by 5%, stack it up to 20 times. So 100% more damage here, right? 100% more damage here. 15% more damage there. 15% more damage there. Has a chance, 30% chance to flare up a second time. And then it has a chance to crit. And then it gets full mastery buff. I mean, that could be maybe good all together. And also on top of it, you got yourself Shattering Star. Because like the damage of it isn't terrible. Perspire. Like 81% spell damage isn't awful. But like with all these damage buffs together, maybe. Plus mastery? Yeah, plus mastery. And the way that it functions is it kind of like, it has a delay launch to it. So you can like kind of like mortar it at people. Once you get it off, once you get it like mortared at somebody, as long as you get a line of sight, that's it. It just chases after them. And it does AOE, because that could be really good in AOE too. If they're stacked together. Imagine, that may not be a great one-shot, but it could be an insane cleave ability. Like when you have two people together, both of them get hit by that empowered pyre, both of them have it flare up with volatility, that could probably one-shot two people standing next to each other, or like three people standing next to each other. That could maybe be very, very strong, or like a pet class or something. You know, take an Unholy Death Knight, let him summon all the pets, run them, group them up, big pyre, explode. That could be really good if it targets the pets. I don't know if it would. I imagine maybe it would target at least the ghoul or something. But that could be kind of cool. You know? And I wonder if there's like maybe other ways to like increase the value of pyre, but like I wouldn't really know. But like maybe you just gotta bank up for the big hit. 30% more? I don't know. I'm kind of hoping here. Come on, servers, come back up, dude. Blizzard, please. Let me in. We gotta test stuff. We gotta test all these things. Man, come on, dude. Also, they redesigned Deadly Duo. That I want to try out as well. That could be big kill commands. Yo, imagine Deadly Duo. Hold up. Hold up. Deadly Duo as survival. Do they have the new version of it? Deadly Duo. No, they don't. But imagine Deadly Duo where you can empower, basically as you use Spearhead, inside a Spearhead cooldown, inside of this ability. With Deadly Duo active, Monk's Bite decreases the damage of a nice kill command by 40%, stacking up to 3 times. 40%, 140% more damage. Go for as much kill command damage as possible, and go for maybe like Killer Instinct where it does 50% more damage on target below 35% health. Imagine one-shotting people when they're low on health, mad execute with a big kill command. That could be really cool. That could be insane. And you go like a full pet build, empowering the pet, making sure it does the most amount of damage possible with kill commands. And you go for a death shock ahead of time to debuff the enemy so they take 50% more damage from all of your sources, pet included. That could be nuts. That could be really, really good. And you could even go like Sentinel Owl so they can't even escape either. Just sit it back there. And you can do quick shot too, so you can get an arcane shot on top of it, and ranger. Big kill commands. That could be really good. I said earlier, there's a trinket, I think, from a dungeon where you try to yourself a 4k in bonus from your spellcast. Oh, is it really? Oh, that could be kind of fun. I don't think anybody would use it in PvP, but that would be something fun to test in PvE, though. For sure. There's arms warrior changes. Updated icon for Hurricane. Whirlwind no longer shows incorrect rage tooltip. Execution precision now buffs mortar strike by 30 up to 25. So that's really about it. Relics have been able to fix an issue. Berserker Torment now. Avatar Reckless now lasts 6 seconds with Berserker's Torment. Also generates 30 rage, which is good. Also correctly modifies tooltip dimension in rage if you have Tenderize. Tenderize also causes onset to grant 3 stacks of slaughtering strikes. What? What is that? What is slaughtering strikes for Fear Warrior? Dude, this is why we need beta, so we can get in. Slaughtering. Strikes. Oh! Wait a second. So Onslaught? Tenderize causes Onslaught to grant you 3 stacks of... Oh, you can go for big rampages very, very quickly. Wow. Titanic Rage causes Odin Fury to enrage ya. Titanic Rage, Odin's Fury enrages you. Deal 10% increased damage and grants you 2 and 4 stacks of Whirlwind. Oh, that could be really good. Yo, 10% damage stacks right there. I like it. Dancing Blades, multiple instances of partially overlap. Multiple instances of Dancing Blades. What is that? Dancing Blades. Oh, the one with auto attack speed. Oh, wait, can this stack or just like add on to each other? Can you get like a 20-second duration on the autos? Except for 2k in PvP? Yeah, I don't know. I still wouldn't probably play it in PvP. I don't think it would be worth it just because I think you want to benefit from the PvP double PvP trinket combo. Okay, interesting. Yeah, the Guardian changes though, I think it would be really fun to test. I want to see how good Maul is, or if Maul can do anything at all. But we just gotta wait and see, boys. You think servers are gonna come back up? Honestly, if I were to end the stream here, I swear to God, servers would probably come back up like 5 minutes after, wouldn't they?
Switch.
We probably could have done maybe another pre-patch dungeon then, chat. I've been trying just to wait here for all these realms to come back up. Yo, hopefully we'll have a bunch of boys join us tomorrow for 5.511 Duels. I think we're gonna go back to the beta. I definitely want to try these new PvP change with the stamina and the Evoker updates, man. I'm excited to see what that's gonna look like. I'm also really excited to see if Survival Hunters will utilize the Spearhead in order to buff up their kill commands. Because imagine like Giga supercharging a kill command. That'd be so fun. That'd be incredibly, incredibly good. Also, I wonder if it's possible to make like a bear build with Maul, like a PvP build. I'm sure Warthros would come up with a way to use it. I mean, 40% more damage than Maul. Like, I wonder if you can go for like Giga Maul somewhere or another. Like, supercharge it and make like a big one-shot. I doubt it, but I'm sure Warthros would find something. Or like, say, a more killable HP buff. Yeah. I do wonder if they're going to be adjusting them going forward. They have to be, I thought. But it's going to be interesting. I am interested to see what that's going to look like. Because I imagine the games are going to be slower. Burst is going to be not as impactful. Fury Warrior, that's another one. I want to see how bursty they can get. Because now you can overlap a bunch of damage buffs all together. Just get a huge rampages. That could be insane. Just perma enraged. How you doing, by the way, Atha? Hope you're having good with my guy. How does it feel being featured in a Rextra video? Feel pretty good, my guy? Because that's all you, man. That's all you. That's my boy right there. That's my boy, Athaboy. Average HP with Warlock is like 267. I saw Warlock with a 500k. I don't know if it was doing something weird. I just saw that. Zooks, yeah. You guys are gonna get Red Pally's nerf, man. We are only in pre-patch, dude. You gotta keep your heads down. You know what I mean? Don't to lop your heads off. You poke your head too far out, and you have to Shaman already got yopped. And Moonwalker got a slap on the wrist, and they barely escaped with it alive. Start with War of Paladin. Just gonna see if the nerf's coming. Yo, Public Enemy #1. Makes you wonder if Evoker damage will feel squishier. I feel like Evoker would be a lot stronger because their self-healing is good. And I feel like maybe they'll feel tankier. But we'll see. I'm also excited about Rogues because I think self-survivability, especially the stamina-based healing, is going to be a lot more powerful. I think you're going to be a lot more... I do wonder, like, because we all agree that Shadowlands PvP was maybe way too fast, way too bursty. So slowing it down a little bit isn't a bad idea. I just wonder, like, how much worse it's going to be. Healing feels nerfed also because of how my health is. I do agree with you on that. That being said, I feel like Evoker has an incredible amount of burst healing. But we'll see, yeah? I feel like the talents that give you better healing are probably going to be a lot more valuable now. So you may want to swap out that interrupt talent where instead of having like a 20-second interrupt, you may just be able to take advantage of the better healing. Has got life without parole. True. His has got absolutely just criminalized. It's in the system now. 25% damage up for enhance. Yikes, went from good DPS to losing tanks in AOE. Like, huh? Yeah, as enhance, you're gonna need like the best slot gear, and you're gonna have to work for it. I guess maybe they were like, hey, you're a Windfear buff. You're not allowed to do that. Oh, what's that better healing one? It feels mad. We'll see. I haven't got to try it myself. Because the build servers were up earlier, but now they're down, which is like we've been waiting for them the entire time. Super unfortunate. Am I wearing this shirt backwards? No. I thought maybe I was wearing my t-shirt backwards the entire time. No, it seems like weird. But yeah, I was really excited to test out some Evoker and Bear stuff, boys. I really want to try that kill command hunter thing. I think that could be a lot of overlaps, a lot of buffs put together, make it for like a big wombo combo. Imagine that together with explosive and just like bah, you get him low enough with explosive, just pounces, just slap cops him out of the way. That could be really good. Build up a bunch of Mungus bites. Hoping the talent changes actually help Baron. That's enough. Yeah, I've heard mixed results. Like Jake in the chat said it's looking really good, but then I've also heard like, you know, I read some like Twitter comments of like when WoW had posted, hey, Bear Druid's got a new talent tree. Some people in the comments immediately said, oh, it's even worse. So I think it's just mixed. There's no one opinion on it. You said it for the F? I know I am. I am raging. I am very excited. I can't wait until Evoker is available on pre-patch. I can't wait to do some 5.5.1.1 duels tomorrow. I can't wait till they actually like abandon Shadowlands entirely and we're in the Dragonflight riding around the dragons. I can't wait, man. We'll see though, Bola. Well, they moved around stuff, which is okay, but they still have really done talents. I can't wait to try flying. It's really cool. It's one thing to like watch someone else fly on YouTube in a video, but it's another thing to actually play and actually fly around for a bit. Whole another story. I feel like I should change the title of the stream because I feel like we never actually get to play beta. I feel like I should like waiting for Dragonflight. New build. There we go. Waiting, because that's all we've been doing this whole time is waiting. Remember, it doesn't say the same as Cole? Yeah, it's really fun, man. I've had a lot of people tell me at first, like, you know what? I don't know. Dragonflight feels like a gimmick. And then those same people that were like a gimmick, they're like in the DMs were like, okay, no, it's actually kind of cool. I'm actually impressed. So a lot of people have had that similar experience. It's been a bit today. How much time? I have no idea, Angie. Normally they would have been up. We have no idea. They don't really give out like a time when they're gonna be up. Sometimes they were up earlier, like right before I was streaming. They were up. They were chilling. Up down, like, oh, the servers are up. Okay, cool. Just to make sure. And then they were down. So we've been waiting the entire time. We even did a pre-patch. We did a dungeon as a warlock, and we take a look at all the class changes. We even have to PTR to see if the changes are there. But yeah, there's a lot of cool changes they've added. I really am excited to explore them, but you know, just gonna be waiting. I don't have a raid tonight at the very least, so at least there's that. I spend more time waiting on servers than you have tested classes, I feel. Sure. But we've been talking a lot, we've been hanging out on stream, it's been a lot of fun. Variety? What's up, Mythel? What do you mean variety? Got a bunch of the beta, skip the cutscenes, I'm honestly botting 70, but she's in Rathion, really? Hell yeah. Yeah, Sibylla and Rathion, all that good stuff. Yeah, I feel like if you're trying to keep it spoiler free, but also just trying to test stuff out, skipping cutscenes and all that stuff isn't a bad idea. You get to play while we wait? I mean, I guess I could do a dungeon, like a Mythic Plus. We could hop on pre-patch and just do a build real quickly. Just to figure out what Mythic Plus we're doing for the day. Is there a dungeon that's fast enough that we could do? I mean, I'm sure if I hop on my rogue, we can just blaze to one very, very quickly. Just absolutely delete stuff. Yeah, maybe we should do that. You know how hunters are in DF in terms of single target versus AOE damage. So hunters are generally kind of like middle ground, okay. I haven't seen them like dominate the meters or anything, but they generally do pretty well. I think with it's a little bit muddy like on pure single target with affixes. Like a lot of the logs you look at the Beastmaster Hunter, for example, like do well against bosses, but affix of moats that spawns little ads on the sides and stuff, that one just feels like a little bit weird to like figure out exactly like how strong they are in pure single target, because there's a lot of cleave in a lot of these fights. There's a lot more cleave than normal. But hunters generally do pretty good. They're not terrible. They get nerfed recently, like marksman as well as beast mastery, so not nearly as strong as they were, but they're still decent enough. I think the only one that's kind of been like AFK and been a little bit like a wall is survival. It has moments where it does well, but survival just hasn't seen nearly as much play ever since it lost the tier set, and the class spec has changed quite a bit. I'd say Beastmaster and Marksman are kind of interchangeable, but I think I've seen more BM Hunters right now, as of recently, like Mythic Pluses with improved AOE kit, and Marksman's, I'd say, a little bit more often. Yeah, like Beastmaster seems to be like, at least getting a lot of play over in the sub-creation website, and then pushing keys too, pushing 29s, and then getting a lot of play. There's apparently a lot of them. Marksman can definitely do pretty well too, it's just slightly behind. Strava hasn't had nearly the same presentation, but it can do okay. It can probably do 29s. People are giving it a go. Beta raids though, I think survival is generally like a bit more of a backseat and not really excelling in any of the fights specifically. Again, it's so very difficult to look at the logs, because a lot of them are very muddied, because you'll have like Destroyer, which is the most single target fight, but you'll have people playing the mode affix where you have a little like ads that you cleave, and you have a lot of classes like Beast Mastery where you're not looking at the raw single target. All that extra ad damage also counts. That's why you have Affliction Warlocks up there too, because those ads explode, and then as the ads explode, they erupt and they do like the soul fire eruption, which kind of cleaves onto nearby enemies. So they'll just kind of cleave off in a single target situation. It's a big AOE burst that hits the boss very hard too, just because of how many ads you spawn. So it's a very difficult one to like pinpoint just like where it's at really. Get a set between a hunter and a mage. Yeah, it's been pretty tough, honestly. It's definitely been pretty rough. A lot of players are in a situation where they're just trying to decide what they want to main. Alright, chat. I'm thinking maybe... do we just call it? Because I don't know if the servers are going to be up for a while. They've been down for a long while, boys. I don't even know if they're going to be up today. Might not even be up until tomorrow. I want to see if there's like a forum post maybe, or like an issue. Beta offline. Yeah, a lot of other people are saying like it played this morning and it was fine. It went to log in, the rooms are offline. Yeah. Doesn't have like a blue post responding there or anything. Yeah, and a lot of people saying that, yeah, man, a lot of people in the thread are saying that they wish they could add like some kind of like a timer how long the servers are going to be down. But they usually would have been up by now. So I just don't know if like should we do just like a pre-patch key and then just keep waiting, or just kind of call it, because if they're not going to be up until like way late night, then at that point maybe like call it. I can go get some food. What do you guys think? Food, or we wait? Do we take a break, get some food, come back tomorrow, get some Fire 511 done, like explore these changes like Sunday, Monday, maybe with pluses? Up to you if you like it. I don't know. I like hanging out with you boys. I just gotta feel bad because I feel like we've spent a lot of time on the screen. So I definitely do feel bad whenever that happens. It's out of my control, but I still can't help but feel bad about that stuff. What about both? If I wanna get some food, I'll probably just want to take a break, stretch my legs on the couch, chill, you know. Maybe start working on tomorrow's video because I don't have a raid this evening. But I feel like I need to get like ahead of the sleep schedule. Get some food. Eat up, my man. Both is good. One mistake rattle in my head what I want to main. But I'm really enjoying the parallel. I've heard it's even stronger DF. It's really good at DF. Definitely give it a try if you're playing in pre-patch. Or if you're not playing yet and you're planning on playing, check out Feral Druid when you get them. They're really fun, really good. Hopefully they don't see in there for a while, man. They've had favorable tuning. Get some food. You heard him, my man. Save his strength. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll do that, chat. Because I'm having fun hanging out with you boys. I do feel bad whenever servers aren't up. Normally they'll be up by now. But yeah. I feel so bad just having a stream that's like, okay, we're doing beta today, and it's like playing pre-patch the entire time. Oh, man, I feel like how many times has this happened where we're like, all right, beta today, and it's like all we do is just waiting for servers to come up. Good beta stream, boys. Good beta stream, Dal. Fantastic. Wow, so fun. Okay, I think I'll come back maybe later this evening, check out the build if it'll be up even. I swear to God, as soon as we got out the stream, it's gonna come back up. I swear to God, that happens all the time. Chat, back tomorrow. We're doing some 5.5 duels on the beta. We're gonna be checking out the health increase. We'll take a look at how classes are performing. We'll take a look at if the Covenant abilities are gone. Hopefully tomorrow we won't be using any Covenant abilities at all. We'll be like, all right, bar, no Covenant abilities, just don't use them. Whatever condies you got, keep them, but please don't use the Covenant abilities. I don't want to see it. But yeah, thank you all so much. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see what the PvP looks like tomorrow. I swear to God, if these beta servers come up as soon as I end the stream, I'll be upset. And maybe tonight I'll try to see if we can take a look at some of these class changes. I'm really excited to see what some of the builds you can go up with. It's like very, very small updates, but I think the Spearhead Kill Command thing could be very, very interesting, and the Evoker thing too. Alrighty, boys. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alrighty, you guys have a good one. Peace.
Didn't we deserve more? The burden that you left is way too high.